Can everybody hear me? I don't know. Is it okay now?
I can hear
Hello?
you. You're breaking up, but I can hear you now. Hello, everyone is quiet. Is it
All right,
me?
all right,
I
thank you.
can't.
So I was talking about the area I am, and so let me mute my mic now so someone else that possibly the network is good can speak. Hopefully my network gets better. Yeah.
All right. Okay, hustling is back. Let me bring him back again because I think what I mean, I don't mean you going to argue with people anyway because me, I know how to sample opinion. I do that a lot. Yeah, not even just by location, right? Among the northerners that I see here, I mean, I don't mean northerners in the north, even the northerners that are here, they are also almost having the same alignment with their compatriots up north who believe that see this guy, they are going to send him packing. I mean, this thing is okay. I'll give you a typical example. You go to buy, if you go and buy suya from a northerner, for example, you go and buy something, right? Something, you not tell him while you are talking, you not say this, you will not argue price more. You'll be like, this thing is too expensive. And you'll be like, see, I can easily tell him, see waiting Buhari cost. Right? I do that deliberately. The person will now hit back at me and say, no, na Tinubu cause am. I'll be like, but on the supporter, I say, no. That's something like that that I mean. So I will, from there, we can now know the person leaning and what he thinks about the government and what he thinks will be the fate of the next election and all those things. So when you do that with the northerners you find in the south, it's still seemingly the same thing. They believe that this guy will be, they will send him out. But the southerners you find in the south are not. Some of them are very, some of the youths are very fickle minded and they, I mean, they will just, but anyway, we're working on it. We're trying to convince people that you see this government that is not doing well, we need to put in alternative. Yeah, Austin, you're back. Thank you very much for coming back. You have the mic.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Chukudema. I was on that submission, then a call came in. A very important call. I had to. So I stopped at Nigeria being on the red flag. That is Nigerian passport. The reason I say this is just to juggle up our memory. I think Nigerians don't understand the extent we have gone currently as a country, where we are currently as a country, that we need uh, urgent total recall of this uh, current leadership, and not just this current leadership. We need to elect, starting from today or maybe starting from yesterday, we need to elect people that are capable of taking Nigeria to the promised land. I know it has been there since all my life. I'm almost clocking 40. It's maybe I'm 36 right now. So 4 years more, I'll be 40, right? Now, I've never experienced good governance in Nigeria. Never. Since my lifetime. You understand? But we can say we've had something close to being fair. Not totally fair, but something close. We've had those good days. We'll say that those maybe, let's say, Nigeria of 18 years ago. Though that time it was not uh, that easy, but at least we cannot compare Nigeria of 15 years ago and Nigeria of today. There is no way. Let me give you a very good example. During the time when I was in school, you could see civil servants in Nigeria, teachers that are sending their kids abroad. They are paying their tuition. Even in Russia, those days we were studying, the middle class. Oh my goodness! Almost in our almost all our class, there is no single child or maybe student that came from the elitist family. Notice, I did not see a single one. Most of us were, our parents were just teachers, school lecturers, uh, people that are in the public sector, working in government institutions, normal civil servants, just the average Joe you see out there in offices, office clerks, secretaries, and it is not something you would consider luxury that time studying abroad. Because if your parents are teachers, or maybe they are in secondary school or whatever, they can actually afford to be paying your tuition. I could still remember that time. There was a time my dad sent me 100,000. My brother, that 100,000, as at that time, that 100,000 was more than $1,000. And the at that time, his salary, I'm not sure, but I normally see his bank alerts from First Bank. His salary that time was somewhere around 180, 185. Now, I'm not going to talk about their normal office runs they normally do and the rest of them. So I believe my dad that time was at least earning somewhere around, he normally brings home somewhere around $2,000 a month. So, and I did not come from a rich family, brothers and sisters. This is just the normal family out there, the middle class we that you can't find anywhere today in Nigeria. That type of middle class, you know, you guys are not struggling. Your dad is just going to school or maybe going to their workplace and coming back. Your mom is going to their workplace and coming back, and they are feeding a family of, probably family of seven, family of eight. You guys are feeding well and nothing. Do you understand me? During that time, I could still remember going to the ATM, taking out money to pay my own tuition. 100,000 during that time. We're paying semester payment per semester. You slot in your ATM. And at that time I was using my First Bank ATM. You slot it in 100,000. You print out about something close to $1,000. I'm going to be very honest. Something close to $1,000. That time, if you have 5,000 naira on your account, you can survive at least for a week to, what is a week? You can survive 2 weeks in Russia, because food items and the rest of them are very cheap there, right? So we could say, I mean, I can say that all those days, with what we have now, with what we have currently now, Nigeria is deteriorating by the day. We are going downward spiral. We are not even progressing at all. Tomorrow, our naira is 2,000. The next day is 3,000. Nobody can actually guarantee that the naira is going to. Nobody will trade against any foreign currency with naira. No reasonable person, except you are an idiot. Even the people that support this Tinubu administration, both in the banking sector, in the forex sector, they can never trade against any currency with naira. The people you see parroting, talking points, building of 10-kilometer road and the rest of them, those people that are in trading sector, give them 10 million naira, they will immediately convert it to foreign currency because they don't want to keep it. They understand how valueless that currency is. Bankers, the same thing. But these are the crop of individual you see every time come on Twitter to tell you, I am supporting Tinubu for second tenure. I think his economic policy are perfect and this and that, and start taking you on a wild goose chase at the end of the day. Right? Give them $10 million, they are immediately switching it to either US dollar or euros, because they understand the volatility of that particular currency. They understand that you can lose 80% value of that your money in a single swoop overnight. They understand that currency is not stable, right? Now you still find people. What amuses me a lot, and this is why I don't want to engage even this part it will be movement or what. I don't want to engage myself in anything Nigerian politics at all. I have my reason why. Because whenever you come up to speak, you will find individuals that claim that they are educated. They went to a four walls of a university, but you cannot read the room. You cannot actually read what is actually going on in Nigeria. You cannot. When they come up here, they speak BB grammar and the rest of it. At the end of the day, they are non-entity. They are empty upstairs. They don't know nothing. Do you understand? You see individuals that are supposed to be discussing about how we can revamp Nigeria, how we can take Nigeria to the moon. They are telling you how you can go and vote a 80 something years old man that just sleeps in the house. The next day takes his private jet to Dubai, come back, go back and forth to his several mansions over there, and not even interested in anything good governance. Nothing. Are we going to talk about Tinubu that every day jets out to Paris to go on a medical tourism?
Hustling, let me interject. So then, if you don't engage such people, then you are not also helping. You're part of the problem because
I'm
politics is
not,
about a
my
number.
brother, my
when
brother.
when when I just one
Hold on,
second, when I come here and I spill rubbish, you're supposed to say, okay, TJ, let me engage you. You can ask me question, you can that's how you win people. But if because people are saying rubbish, you know that you don't engage them, then we are not growing. You're also part of the problem. You're contributing because you keeping quiet means you're also supporting the evil and the wickedness that's going on. Because we reach where we are like this because good people like you refuse to talk or are on defense. And that means, and that's the problem when you have more stupid and useless people, they will always make a decision on your behalf.
my brother. The problem here is, like I've said in the beginning of the first time I was making submission, I said something about religious, tribal, and ethnic sentiment. You see, that clock can never, there is nothing. See, it will require the grace of God.
Also, okay, also,
When
Hosley, there's a space that we do every Saturday to Sunday on religious things. You can also come to that space. We pieces Bible and Quran in that space. You can also come there. You see, these are the issues when there are problems. Let me give an example. If you are married and your wife have problems, are you gonna just ignore her or you're gonna sit down and solve the problem? Running away from the problem, you're also contributing to the problem. You have to find a way to start with yourself first. Now that you realize that ABCD is wrong, you have to start making your own effort as an individual to correct that. You start with yourself, move to your friends, move to your family, move to your loved ones, move to people around you, and then that's how we make a change. But when we just pull back and then we keep quiet, let me even give it the last election. How many people voted for Tinubu? It's 8 million plus. And what is the population of Nigeria? We're over 200 million people. So that means the stupid or the useless 8 million people is now ruling over 200 million people. No matter how good this other number of million people are, they are useless as far as politics is concerned. Today, you can make decision on your passport, whether you're in Russia, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. The guy make decision on you. In fact, politics is even more important than your religion to you in reality, whether you agree or not. So at the end of the day, in fact, even no matter how intelligent you are, the politics of your country can make you useless. In fact, I give you example myself. There was a job I got when I was in Nigeria, but they refused to give me visa because of where I'm coming from. So at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, the leaders you have in your country affects you directly or indirectly. There's nothing you can do
okay,
about that.
okay,
And that is
Caesar,
why we have to wake up and start dealing with these issues.
Caesar, don't be offended there. See,
I will never be offended. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
telling you the
No,
reality
let
of
me
stuff.
let me let me just touch a little bit, then I will ramp up with my thoughts here. Listen, there's nobody here on this page that is at least if we take numbers now, maybe let's say barest minimum, maybe 25 or 27 years old, right? If at this particular age bracket, you still need somebody to sit you down and tutor you on things going on in Nigeria, then that is a failed society. Do you understand me? Then you as a person, you have failed. If you are coming up here, the reason I listen, I've done this several times and several. I don't know if you are on Naira land. I used to, can if I don't know. Maybe people that are on Ireland can actually bear witness, right? Nigerians are the hardest people to deal with. I'm not going to waste my time to do it. If at a certain age you are not able to make use of your brain, then there is no need lecturing you. You don't need lectures. If at this point you could find people come up on spaces and make arguments about prices of crude at this point in time, those type of people don't need lecture. They don't need lecture because a simple research can actually juggle up your memory. If you are doing a little,
What about those who don't have capacity to do research? Because the woman in your
the
village does
the
not have capacity
somebody
to do research.
the
The woman in the market cannot do research. The person in your
but
village now
we are
that they
not
have increased
discussing
school
the
fees cannot do
you see where
research.
the problem is. Caesar, hold on. You see where the problem is. The people you see on Twitter spaces here, somebody that's able to create a Twitter account, eh? That person, at least you could say this person has that basic education or basic knowledge of how things works. Do you know what it takes to you create a Twitter, you click on space, and you know when to mute and unmute your mic? These are people you want to educate. And they will still come up here and tell you that this is going like this is going like that. These are people you want to tell about how deteriorated their country is. These people that Twitter, they know when to join a space, they know when to mute their mic and unmute. These are the people you want me to come and start lecturing that Tinubu is not the best in after sliced bread. These are people you want me to waste my precious time to tell them that this is the current situation Nigeria is. No, I'll never do that. And see, there is no credibility in this quote, this your 8 million Tinubu or whatever. There is nothing to back it up. And this is part of the reason why I keep on saying, let us look into electoral reform. We don't, that number, I don't know if you can actually give me, you can actually back that number up, that 8 million. Because we know
Now I
that
agree. See,
that
first
is
of all,
fabric.
Hustler,
Hold on. Let
all
me
the
get
things
to
you
my
said, I
point.
agree with them. All the things you
Hold
said,
on.
I agree with
Let
you.
me, I want to get to my point. I want to land. Then you can take the mic, right? Now, that INEC or whatever thing they did there, I've said it severally on spaces. I don't believe in that thing, that number that is there. I don't believe in it. They can put out any number they want to put out. That is not the vote. I don't believe that that is a credible number. There's no credibility there. And again, if at this point in time you will still have people come on spaces, if at this point currently that I don't know if you've there is nobody here that does have you not checked your country's GDP in the last 3 or 4 years? Are you not buying things in the market? Have you are you not hungry? Like, haven't you been going to the market to buy food stuff? Then you still need somebody to come and lecture you that this is not working. Then you don't need lecture. Probably you don't need lecture. If you need somebody to tell you that, Omo, the country is not functioning. Looking at this general state of the country right now, and you see people on Twitter here, people that will go and buy data, buy this thing, they know the shortcode to recharge their data. Then they will load their data. Then they will download Twitter on their phone, register an account with email and their phone number. They will receive a OTP. They will put it on their phone and open a Twitter account. Then put their profile picture. Then join a space. These are people you want me to start lecturing that Nigeria is not working. These are this crop of individuals. I'm not going to do that. You all can do that. I will never do it. Oh, there's this particular popular adage of my people. He say if they give you food, you don't know where to put it through your anus. If you don't know where to put that food, squeeze it in from your butthole. If a biscuit is given to you for example now, and you don't know where to put it, make use of your butthole. And again, in rounding up now what I was saying before, because this is a very important information I want to pass here. I used to think that the reason why uh some of our the European banks here, they don't normally open accounts for Nigerians. I used to think that it's as a result of some of these fraudulent activities of some of our country people. Do you understand? But at a point, I noticed that is not even the case. That is not even the case. The case is the amount of money being being transferred out of Nigeria to most of some of these European banks. I just give you an example. Recently, 3 4 years ago, I don't want to call the name here. There's a popular politician. His money is sitting blocked right now in Deutsche Bank. I'm not talking about millions. I'm talking about billions. Right? That money is there, sitting there blocked. Then recently he was asked to come and back up that particular funds. He was not able to do that. Now that money is being used to reindustrialize a European nation. That's our resources. That money that belongs to me and you. That some little numbers or certain number of people are taken out of the nation. That money is being used to industrialize other nation. Because there's one thing about these Caucasians, the Europeans, they are not going to stop you to launder money. But the moment you bring that money in, they're going to seize it because they know it's a fraudulent money. They know it is fraudulent, and they will ask you to come and prove the source of that particular funds. They know that you are not going to come and prove it. If you come, they are going to arrest you because they know that money is fraudulent. It's gotten through fraudulent activity. They are going to seize that money, hold it there, use it, do whatever thing they want to, invest in their country, use it, invest in their bonds, use it, invest in all of their sector. 10 years, 20 years after, they would have made times 10 of that your money, and then they will contact your government and say, want to send back this money. Now at the end of,
But why the politicians keep sending money there? They know that they'll block the money.
you said,
Why did they keep sending the money to
because
send the money
they are
out?
this political class, you would think that they are smart. These guys are very dumb. They are very stupid people. They are not, listen, they are using pseudonyms. I don't know if I'm using they are using like uh maybe they will make up
They're using proxies. We call it
proxies.
proxies.
Thank you.
The
Yeah, that's
easiest
the
way
right
is
word. Yeah,
proxy.
yeah, thank you. So they are using proxies to make that transfer. But what they are not, the thing that they doesn't know is that no matter however you want to hide that money, no matter whichever way you want to hide it, they will always track it down. They will always track that money directly to you. Before they were using BDCs. Now normally they are using some of the popular all these big companies now, local domestic companies in Nigeria. But still, that will never stop the European banks from tracing that funds back to them, and they are going to block that funds the moment it gets into any European bank. They are going to block it. So the reason, if you have a Nigerian passport and you live anywhere in Europe, the reason why they are not opening an account for you, the very reason they are not opening that account to you is because of the amount of money, the money laundering activities going on back and forth from Nigeria to Europe. Do you understand? That is the major reason. That is the number one reason. They are bringing in funds.
Can I just say something for a second?
You said?
Yeah. Can I just say something
Oh,
for
yeah,
like
yeah,
3 seconds?
yeah, yeah. Go on.
Based on the explanation you give, if this money is benefiting them, they know that when you bring in the money, they will keep it and develop themselves. It is after 10 years or whatever, they will bring it back. Why not? Why even stop it? Why not just keep collecting it? Open it for you easily, bring in money for them to use it and develop themselves. And then later they will give it back to your country. Why would they block what to benefit them? That's my
They
question.
they are never stopping it. Listen, these people understands the a typical black man. They will never stop it. They will know that you will keep on bringing it in.
But you
Tell
said they will
me,
not want to open the
hold
bank for
on.
you.
If you are making a do you know what they call intermediary banks? Do you know intermediary? If you are making any forex transfer from Nigeria, it is passing either Deutsche Bank, either Chase Bank. All these banks are connected. These are intermediary banks. You cannot make a direct transfer that doesn't go through intermediary from Nigeria. Forex. I'm talking about forex now. If you are transferring for in foreign currency.
Hustly, thank you for all those things. Can you conclude, please? Others want to speak.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
have
yeah.
been
So
waiting.
so so in conclusion now, in conclusion, and also touching on a little bit on this topic, and in general, please, for people that are still here, if you are yearning for good governance in Nigeria, please, it's not just about P2B. If you have any credible candidate, any somebody that you know genuinely that this person will take over the helm of affairs of Nigeria and will pilot Nigeria to that favorable destination, by all means, fan support for this person. In all the declared people of interest now, people that are interested in this seat in Asu Rock, bring them together, bring them, place them on a table, and you, if you are being sincere with yourself, with the people currently running now, or maybe that are interested in running, do you understand me? So let us come out in number and support this person. Religious sentiment, ethnic sentiment, tribal sentiment, factor all these things out. I said one thing on a space, and I will still continue to maintain that stand. If assuming that is not a multi-tribal nation, for example, Nigeria will function overnight. If Nigeria is like a country like people, all the people there speaks with one voice, speaks with one particular voice, that nobody is clogged with this sentiment of it is our religion, it is not our religion, it is my person, it is not my person, even though he's not qualified, but because he's my brother and sister, let me go and put him there. Nigeria is a country that speaks with one voice. Right now, we are not supposed to be in this position right now. And that is why we are currently, this is why the political class, the only way to rule over us is to divide us religiously or ethnically. Either they divide you religiously. That is why whenever election comes up, you start seeing bigotry statements and the rest of them. They will all try to make effort to infuse that tribal sentiment into their own equation, because is also part of their tactics. They will try to infuse that tribal sentiment, bigotry, and the rest of them. Before you know, the whole nation will turn into shit. If I use that word, the whole nation will just deteriorate. I will yield the mic here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Uga,
Hustler. But again,
sorry. Please, I
at the
want
end of the
to
day,
ask you, can you please allow me to use 30 seconds and explain something to Aminu about the question he asked? Because that was why I requested the mic. Please, just 30 seconds. See, Aminu, and Hustling, you missed a very good teaching point at that question he asked. You see, the reason why you see countries like European or American countries obviously reject, like, or they act to reject all these monies from money laundering and all this money from shady dealings, is just integrity and reputation. Nobody wants to go close to a dirty money. It ruins their reputation. It makes them look like people who are shady. And in business, in fact, when I was working in the bank, they said if you have 99% integrity, it is as well as zero. So you need to have integrity 100%. And that is what many people in Nigeria lack. Even our politicians, they don't care. You get, even our banks, they don't care. You see, our banks, they do business with anybody. We place
You see,
value on money above. Sorry,
my point
sorry.
is
Make
we
I
don't have a
calm down.
problem holding on to dirty money and making profit on it for 10 years or more before
Yeah,
bringing it back.
they don't have the problem because they are a rich country. They have other sources of making money. You get, it's not just your African. Okay, how much is the African man bringing? How much? The richest man in Nigeria is what, 29 billion dollar. But in America, they have someone who has almost 10 times his value in money. You get,
Isi
so they
Awolowo.
don't even.
Isi Awolowo. That one is paper record. If you know amount, if you know the type of amount coming out of Nigeria, you go shock.
Yes,
Are
I
you not
know.
see
I'm
those
just explaining now.
overinflated
That's why
budget?
they take it to
Excuse
tax
me,
heavens.
those
Okay.
overinflated budget, those roads they are awarding with billions, and where do you think that money is going? Where do you think it's going to? Those
Yeah,
amount of money,
that
where
is
do you
what
think
I'm
those
trying
money
to
are going to?
yeah, that is what I'm trying to explain. When it is obvious, you get, so that is why they now try a way to bypass and circumvent the whole thing using all these businesses. You get, infusing the money into businesses so that they can accept it. But if it is obvious that is money laundering, they not go accept it. I'm just trying to explain something to him. Or I'm not trying to, you get. I mean, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Oh, sorry.
Well, I hear you. I think we should just move on because
Yeah. Okay.
on
Okay.
one hand, you said these people have integrity. They will not want to accept money that is dirty. And then, from his own summation, he even said it is difficult for you to get an account open. That they will hesitate to open for you. So if they're hesitating to open for you,
The obvious money, the one that obviously looks like money laundering, they will not accept. But there are other ways
oh,
to go and bring in money without it being obvious. And the money gets there and they block the money and use it for themselves. It's quite understandable. I mean,
okay,
what they're
and you
saying
have
is
to hold on to it for 10 years. People that have
yeah, they have
integrity.
My brother,
why they not
let
put
me
Abacha loot?
let me
Abacha loot has
explain
been there. Why they not put it? They use the money. There
This
is very correct. Abacha loot has been there for so long. They bring it later. They bring it later to you. I think that's already
that's integrity.
explainable. See,
After
they
holding it for really
assume to
long
have
and using it to make money
integrity.
for
Ah,
themselves.
now wow.
my brother, if you
I mean, you're
understand
very
how
grateful.
if you hold on, I'm not into all these finance, all these banking people, but people that are into banking sector, they understand. It takes they will feign they are doing investigation, and to them, according to this, their banking rules and the rest of it, it is normal. You can decide to investigate a source of a particular fund for more than 10 years. Yes, you can decide to make that investigation and try to present your own excuse that you are trying to investigate this and investigate that. But on the other hand, you are using the money for another thing. Do you
Even in
understand me?
Yeah,
Nigeria,
but
even in
I
Nigeria,
think the
they
only
do
part
it.
I'm having issue is
Thank you
giving
so
them this
okay. Thank
integrity badge.
Thank
Some
you
of
so
them
much
they know
for
it
that comment.
and they're
Are
even
they not
Yeah.
enabling
doing it
these things.
currently in Nigeria also?
They do it. I worked in a bank for years, you get. So if that is why in bank, for you to open an account, they will do KYC and EDD. And then if you're a politically exposed person, when you hear PEP, someone who is politically exposed, like you have politicians in your family or you know any politician or you work for a politician, they have to carry extra due diligence on any money you are bringing. You get? So, and internationally, there are countries that are in a way being blacklisted based on the kind of things that happen in that country. Countries like Afghanistan, the ones you know. You get? So any business that is coming from those countries, they use extra eye, they look up. That is what hustling is trying to tell you, that the reason why they put extra, they go put this thing for your nyash, carry microscope, put inside your nyash. It's because of your leaders, not because of you. Because of what they do, the way they just embezzle money, the way they loot funds, they will get funds from abroad, all these foreign grants. Instead of them to use it, they loot it.
You see,
All those things are the
it got to a
contributing
point that
factor.
they were just using people, normal, ordinary, average Joe, a Nigerian. They will just go and open. Let me just put a little bit clarity. Don't be offended, guys. It got to a point that you as a normal person, there. Okay, let me even tell you one very funny thing. Do you know the form Q and form A? Do you guys know form Q and
Or more
form
people
A?
use that
Because
thing cash out. Hey,
this thing I'm
people use
telling
this
you
thing
now,
cash out
this
like
this
mad.
this thing I'm telling you now is not public knowledge. I have this information because I just told you guys once they tell somebody that works in the bank, right? During that time of form A and form Q, guy, these people messed up Nigeria economy. This when I mean messed up, they messed up that economy. Before Nigeria is going to recover, it will take a long time. You will be contacted. You may be contacted right now because the politicians they don't. The moment that they discover that this channel is closed, they will seek an alternative. The average Joe on the street, a Nigerian that lives in Europe, you may be contacted one way or the other, maybe by a friend telling you, we have this particular money that it is legit. Oh, they want you to use it and go and try to buy them this particular equipment here and there, farming or whatever, or they want to buy this and that, right? Then set you up, you go register account, everything, and the next thing, boom, several thousands of dollars are coming from Nigeria. This I'm not talking about for this what's it called, Yahoo Yahoo funds. Now I'm talking about somebody from Nigeria that knows you makes a direct transfer to your account in dollars or maybe in other foreign currency, maybe in euros. Somebody from Nigeria will make that direct transfer to you. Then will now be giving you advice on how to do it and the rest of. So at a point, these European banks, they got they got their tips and started acting on it. They started immediately acting on it because you have to explain according to their. I mean, if Grandmaster was here now, he will explain it better because he works with. He do normally works with them. The moment a particular transfer comes in from Nigeria that exceeds normal 1,000, 2,000, it's going to raise eyebrows. Then they will now start looking into the originator, maybe the person that made the transfer. Has he made a particular transfer to here and there? They start making all those investigations. At the end of the day, they were using people, average Joe, average Nigerian. That's why most of that time, just overnight, somebody that that he can't afford normal 3 square meal here abroad. That the person is not into fraud normally. Just overnight, you just hear he got a particular contract to supply a particular a government institution in Nigeria. That guy, boom, will just explode with money overnight. I'm not talking about Yahoo Yahoo now. I'm telling you what was going on back then, maybe 8, 10 years ago, before these European banks now discovered that particular route and blocked it out. You just hear he got a contract, he will supply this to this and that. Bim, bim, transfer is coming, millions of dollars coming in. Do you understand me? Then you come to Form A or Form Q. Am I going to talk about how CBN were selling dollar below to some preferred business individuals in Nigeria? Those individuals will move the money over here and move it back with through black market. So at the end of the day,
Even Naira Mastercard. The reason why you cannot use your Nigerian Mastercard abroad is because of all these things he's explaining. You get. There was a
it's
time
part
in
of
this country. Yeah.
yeah. These are part of many people in Nigeria doesn't know this thing now that I'm saying. A
True.
lot. I'm talking about a lot of people don't know how they are impoverishing that particular country. A lot of people don't know. It's part of the reason with your Naira card now. You at a point they
Yeah,
reduce it to $20.
but hustler. Now the issue now is, and then we are telling you here, how can we do to correct it? And say you're not interested in talking about it. So to me, I'm really in between. If you say you're not interested to talk about, because the root causes is because you have people that are corrupt in power, and you say you're not interested to talk about it, then even this thing is not gonna stop. It's not important to us because there's nothing we can do about it. We'll continue because, like I said, even in the last election, the percentage of people who voted vis-a-vis people who did not voted is like 5 against 95%. And these 5% now are making decision on our behalf of the 100% people. And that is why we are also telling you here that we have a responsibility as individuals, as citizens, to sensitize people, to mobilize people, to make sure that competent people are put in office, which now say, you're not ready to discuss with people, blah, 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 because we feel they know it, but they refuse to do it. So if we can continue restating these problems for a decade, it's not going to solve itself. So we, like I said, we're also contributing to that same issue. If you're not making effort to resolve it, then there's no point of even discussing it because we're not going to have anything out of it. That's my thought, though.
Yeah, you are. I do agree partly with you anyway, but at the same time, let us also do our individual research. It's very important also because it helps a lot. But I do agree with you. That's why normally, the reason why I feel that way is I normally do common space. When you see people start to argue what they know that this thing is wrong, they will argue with their holding their testicles. They will tell you that no, they don't want to hear any opposing opinion. They don't want to hear, right? So at a point, it gets disappointing, brother. You like it will start infuriating you, right? At a point, you now ask your, is it that this person is not living in Nigeria? Is it that he's not experiencing the hardship going on currently in Nigeria? So, but I do agree with you, partly.
You know, in my opinion, Hustle, you're being here alone is already you're already doing something. I mean, see how much you've spoken this morning. Many people have heard what you said. I think you're doing the space alone is already doing something, and not those who are not even doing anything at all. So I think you should just keep it up, really. And I actually like your submission so far. Yeah.
Okay, now back to our conversation. Malam Batisad, welcome to the space. Checks 9G, welcome to the space. Special greetings to everyone listening on this space. Shanghai, AI, Seriki, Ojinaka, everybody, Jerry Obi, even those chillers. So it's been a while. Even those who are supporting, even those of you who are carrying those corn on your head and say, no, wait, Tinubu must return. I mean, the only thing I will not tell you not to carry your corn anyway. If you want to support Tinubu, no problem. But the only thing is that I also have similar passion. I have very strong, I have stronger one for the person I'm supporting. I'm not going to trade it for anything. Yeah, to be honest with you, I think we are at the crossroad now. It's either we get it right or we get it right. So, but for those of you hiding the corn in your pockets, please just bring it out and eat it immediately. I mean, people like hustling who keep corn in their pocket every time they will come and tell you, yes, P2B is the best candidate, but you cannot change Nigeria. You have corn in your pocket. I mean, very big one. We are seeing the corn. Just eat it in good faith. Uh-huh. Yeah, I see it. So you can see it now how you came here and highlighted all the problem. But when you talk about solution, you say no, 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 I'm not part of it. Big corn.
Your solution is strategic violence, and that's what I don't agree with.
My
Agbade,
leader,
Agbade in
this
the
coin,
highest.
this coin you're talking about, you once had it. Oh, you had it in 2015 in your pocket. We forgave you. You had it. So some
But
people
you
will
see,
not get there
Alpha,
now. It will
Alpha,
take them validated there.
I never even knew that he's having corn in his pocket. But for
He had
me,
it
I
in
mean,
with the fact that
you,
2015.
are you
He
not
had it
he
in
seeing the
keeps
2015.
corn? I
saying
mean, you see the
he's part
corn
of the
there. How
problem. They
can
are
you
the
He's
be
people
exactly
creating
so
the
highlighting?
that time he
problem.
was not properly informed.
But
So
you see, how can you not see the
My
corn now?
TZ, I never had corn in my pocket too. I never had. It's just that I keep on saying that P2B is not a one man. Like, let us not make it like it's because things will actually get tough for him. Listen,
brother, why are you complaining if you're not
hold
ready
on.
to fix the problem? Please, can you just go
TZ,
aside and go and continue
hold on. Let me.
with your con wahala? Let other people speak that will give us solution. I don't know why you're here,
I
sir.
don't have corn. No.
Please,
TZ, I never had corn. I never had
you're,
corn. It's even
so
Chukwudema that
people like you are part
previously
of the
had corn.
problem. Can you give us space? Let's
No, I
move
never
forward.
had corn. I'm not part of the. I never. Chukwudema, you are the corn bearer here.
I mean, it's not, I've exposed him. I mean, his corn, his corn was even falling out of his pocket. This found out easily, and he was trying to hide the corn. Anyway, Checks, are you there? Okay, Checks is not ready to speak. Anyway, so HSN, are you there? The type of corn I was eating in 20, although they were not using corn in 2015. It was a broom. I mean, as they no mob me for Delta State and on it, why they support that lunatic. And one guy come trek from Adamawa to Abuja because one person who is going to lead Nigeria into double recession won election on more fanatism.
So,
Anyway,
hello, hello, Alpha.
yeah. Check, Safa na my boss. Good morning, sir. It's been
Thank you.
yeah, you can go
Okay.
on.
Yeah, thank you, Hoslim. It's interesting hearing from your perspective of the issue of Nigeria. I'm telling people, The financial issue of Nigeria, Yahoo boys and all these frauds have a bit of the contribution. But the biggest issue of Nigeria are actually these our politicians. The amount of looting these guys are doing. That is why I get to wonder, how can a Nigerian or masses in this condition rooting on this sort of wicked leaders we have in this country? Why can't they open their eyes and see, or maybe look beyond their ethnicity and their religious distinction? So thank you, Hoslim, for the insight. It is just interesting. And funny enough, you get to wonder how for maybe the issue of APC, you might be politically naive, but some people like us saw them from like miles away because we are not politically naive. Buhari in his time, before he went on their so-called coalition with Southwest AD or AC or ACN, so to speak, the man has been to my village, to my town. He came to my town in 2002. There was a meeting in a town hall. My dad called me. I went with my dad. The man was there, very handsome, very tall, slim, and very, very handsome man. Then, so he came with your card, who is my uncle, actually. That man told us that we just have to support him. We should forget about the North. That if we can marshal our people to support him, that we win the election. So now, after the meeting, the man left. Okadibo was a very respected man because he was a traditionalist from a very good village and all the rest. And he's plainly with our king. So when Buhari left, there was meeting. In that meeting, there was a very big disagreement that this man does not deserve our votes. Many of them cited a sort of, I don't want to say it is just because of Biafran war and all the rest. They believe that Buhari, the last time he was president, Nigeria was very bad. And there is nothing good that will come out of his administration. So at the end of the day, even my village voted against him. That was supposed to produce his vice president. He lost my town, my village and my town. So this issue of APC and Buhari is just not everybody that they confuse. So some of us saw them from like miles and miles away. So that is the issue. Now, when you saw the composition of APC in that 2013, 2014,
Text, don't be offended.
yes.
On that issue of Buhari, I never ever saw. I mean, even during the time he was doing that campaign, I actively funded my own family people not to vote because they were also, even my dad at that time, let's vote Buhari, let's vote Buhari. I actively funded people, people that are close to me, to not vote that man because his antecedents are there. His comments, especially during that 2011 election, I said, no, this is not the temperament of a man we need as a president. Because of your own political ambition. There is something that Peter B said, and even Goodluck Jonathan. And that is why I still continue to take these individuals as responsible individuals and responsible people. Gage said, my political ambition.
Can't hear any speaker. Is it me, please?
I think it's you. Gage said that his political ambition. Gage said his political ambition.
Dr. Roya, can you hear me? Doc, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Don't talk about, bring her down, bring her up again. So Gage said his political ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. Peter B has one word or the other made a comment similar to that particular comment, right? So I saw Buhari from miles away. That was the reason I said I never had corn. It was Chukudema here that packed corn left and right, front and back during that 2015 election. They almost mobbed him in Delta. They almost fight the guy.
So thank you, Hosni. So hello, am I audible?
Yeah, audible. You know,
Yeah,
he
then
also came
go.
to my village.
Okay, so
Check. He also came to my village in 2007. High Chief Edwin Umezu. Okay, and people also did not vote him, and that is why Tinubu say if he had chosen the Pope, our people would not have supported him.
no, the issue of Buhari, the issue of Buhari is that I do not think that he has the interest of Nigeria in heart. That is what we do not think. Do you understand me? So it goes beyond having a person as his wife. That is why I used to laugh to some of these people. You have your brothers as a political decision. What do you gain? Maybe he will build one road in his village. He will employ two of your brothers. After that will be the end of it. However, you don't have to blame some people that were swept away by the propaganda, by the news, and by the hype of Buhari. That at the end of the day, we all see how it turned out. It is what it is. Now, back to this APC. They have turned out to be a monster. PDP might not be the best party in Nigeria. They are very corrupt individuals. We know how they were sharing money with Ghana must go. We understood the level of then we understood the level of corruption. But bro, you want to kick out PDP, it was APC, and if you hear their rhetoric, if you see what was going on in Nigeria then, there is no way you would think that these people will have the interest of Nigeria in heart. Now, at the end, it was just a group of political decisions that they strategized, and they shared Nigeria among themselves. So today, this APC has turned out to be a bigger monster or a worse monster than PDP. The duties of Nigeria is to kick this monster out of Nigeria. And I will advocate, call me political naive, call me whatever you want to call me, but let us make sure that that party or the group that will kick out APC will not be worse than them. You must win the election for you to take Nigeria back, for you to do good in Nigeria, and for you to do blah 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 blah. But let us make sure that while we kick this APC out, we will not usher in a monster worse than APC. I have seen things in this Nigeria. You will not call me an old man, but I am not a kid. Some of us have seen things. We are not politically naive. We have foresight, which goes beyond having your person there so that you'll be boasting that your man is the president of Nigeria, that your man is the governor of the state. Sometimes, maybe it will be a sort of pride for you. At the end of the day, you are still a poor man. There's no two ways about it. Your family are poor. Your village is poor. So, in conclusion, I don't want to speak about APC influence in the opposition parties. APC has now a sort of colonialized Nigerian listing. So the subject here is that if there are people that can defeat, if there is something that can defeat APC, they are Nigerians. And those Nigerians are you and I. Not just you and I, but maybe you will understand that this is just a war. Not a violence, not a physical war. This is just a political war. And you have to face them head on as a Nigerian. How do you face them head on? Bro, go back as much as you can. If you are not in Nigeria, if you are in Nigeria, don't allow people to tell you that APC, nothing can defeat Tinubu in 2017, 2027. This is one of these things that I hate most in today's our political discussion today. That Tinubu has conquered Nigeria, he has conquered the legislature, he has conquered the executive, he has conquered the judiciary, he has the army, he has the police, and all the rest. No. If Nigerians say no, but this is time to kick APC out of Nigeria. Nothing can stop Nigeria. So while we kick these people out, make sure that those coming in will not be as bad or even worse than this APC. Finally, I used to hear people say that nobody can be worse than Tinubu, nobody can be worse than APC. That is not true. Let us be clear. Let this thing be clear to all. There are far worse politicians than Tinubu. The issue is that they have not given, they are not been given the opportunity, or they did not have the privilege of being in that position. Some of them have not gotten the opportunity to be in some strategic positions in Nigeria. There are far more better politicians today in Nigeria. But again, these guys have not been given the opportunity. So one thing we have to do is to make sure that we identify those we believe that will help Nigeria, that we change the fortune of Nigeria. Bro, we are heading downwards, and I don't know how down for us to understand that we are at the bottom barrel of the world today. We are getting down every day. So let us identify people. It will start from us. I do not care. Let us start from our side. Identify those we believe that will change this. I am all for good governance, and I do not listen to APC noisemakers that say that they do not care about good governance. That all they care is to win and get their people on. In that, if you are to do that type of politics, in 20 years' time, Somalia will be better than Nigeria. That is the fact. So while we see all these guys looting Nigeria dry, let us make sure that we are not giving them support that they do not need. Because tomorrow we tell on us. Thank you. I'm still on the speaker section. I want to listen to others' contribution. Songhai, thank you. You can go ahead. You can take it from me, please. I can't hear anybody.
Okay, I don't think Shanghai. Shanghai, are you there?
Yeah.
Shanghai is there. He's raising his hand. Shanghai can go on now.
His mic is still muted anyway.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe,
Someone
maybe. It's not
someone
close
just
to his
came
mic.
up. Anna.
Okay.
Okay, Anam, you can go now since Shanghai is not there.
Good morning, everyone. Um,
Wait, me,
I'm
I
just,
can't hear you. Is it my own network?
can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Anam, your network is bad. Though.
Chukwudema,
I'm
we
not sure.
can hear him. Oh. We can hear him.
I can hear. Someone can hear me. Oh, thank God. Oh. So, I just came on. I saw this tag of APC influence in the opposition parties. I want to extend to the issues that relate to this sabotage that comes up during election time when a lot of people within the ANA party are agents from another. So let me use Akwa Ibom State for example. There were people who were in the Labour Party camp that were agents for PDP, and they even extended towards YPP. Because if you were in Akwa Ibom, you know there was a man called Basi Albert. He had a serious movement here. So they had their agents spread across the lines. So this APC influence in the opposition party is not a new thing. I think that was even from the inception, even from 2015, it was already there. It's just that people did not think to look towards those areas. So that one is not a new thing. The problem is how we are structured as a people. What exactly do we really want? And that's where the real kicker is. It's not just to say we should go and vote. Don't assume that this voting works, because I personally don't believe in this vote of a thing, but let us assume this voting works. I saw a serious sweep in Anambra State because I stayed in Anambra, but however, after the vote, there was no action. There was no citizens there was no I cannot say that the citizens were actually active after then. They just went back, everybody went back to their normal work or whatever. They didn't really look at it. And if you look at those Labour Party representatives, are they actually aligned to the obedient mandate? No. We know very well these people have already been taken over. I don't want to say almost immediately, but currently they are not loyal to those systems. It's just a matter of time before you see people start to decamp, if they even want to decamp, because we cannot say that if you are an agent from APC, it means that you everybody will decamp at once. No, there will still be agents in all those parties regardless. Then they see I'm seeing another post being shared by Mr. Alfonso, where he says Udume quoted, I pity Tinubu, 22 governors endorsed Jonathan in 2015. I don't know how true that thing is. If there was a news that carried it and said 22 governors endorsed Jonathan, I would like to see the list of those 22 governors who endorsed Jonathan, because what I know from what I saw here was there was no real backup. I want to use a very simple thing. If you use Google and search the Biafra war and check allies and the oppositions, you will see that even the Biafra, so they claim to have had allies. But when you look those lists, when you look at the countries that claim to have aligned with us, they did not really stand with Biafra in any way. In any way, they did not stand. So there was no action, there was nothing taken. They were just there looking like is a balanced book, but they were not active. So I believe in the same context, that's what could have happened with this 22 governor being endorsed. So I will stop for now. Thank you.
So on the endorsement, can I say something about it, bro? Politicians are not to be trusted. If there is somebody that knows about it, it should be Tinubu. Tinubu is not naive. He knows well that the governors coming together to say that they are endorsing him means nothing. Trust me, Tinubu has better political knowledge and understanding than each and every one of us here. These governors saying that they are backing Tinubu, these are just lip service. It happens. It occurs in every single political district. Even in the grassroots, you tell them that you are contesting, they will tell you, Ijebego, or that you just have won. If you pass them, they will just pick nose at you. See this one. So this governor was endorsing him. What the man said is the fact. Governors coming out to say that they are endorsing you means nothing. But from every
Hey,
indication,
Chef,
trust me,
Can
that's
you
government.
co-host?
I don't know how long ago. Okay. So therefore, from the look of things, South governors will actually support Tinubu. But you see northern governors, you see northern governors, it will be at risk for them because of what? Northerners are now against Tinubu. So as a politician, you have to check the risk. Tinubu now is like a risk. Like in 2015, John Jonathan was actually a risk to northern politicians, because if you come out to openly endorse Jonathan, you will be in trouble during the election. But South governor, I believe, will try to work for him. But South people voting for him is another thing altogether. But you see northern governors, they may come out and make the noise that they will support you, that they will back you, but at the end, they will just go back and check if there is a risk of losing their political
Your
position or
network is
losing.
breaking. Your network is breaking.
You mean my
We
network?
can hear him clearly. Oh. We can hear him clearly. Maybe it's your own network.
Okay, bro. So, as much as I do not count this, as much as I will not take the endorsement as empty, you will not stand on it. And if there's somebody that knows about it, it will be Tinubu. Thank you. That's my opinion on that endorsement.
Okay. Shonga, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here,
Okay,
bro.
go on.
Good
You have
morning,
been raising
everybody.
your hand now.
Yeah. I've been raising my hand. Yeah, even before I speak on the topic, hustling, I actually wanted to speak to you. Um, you gave a very passionate take on issues about Nigeria and that and that. But there's something that I find a little bit an anomaly from from your side. Is that's why I want to ask you, Danny, where do you come from actually? Where are you from? Are you from Enugu? Where in Enugu do you come from? And this is a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer me now. I'm only saying this because me and you know that we come from a place that is under siege. We have serious security issue. That is if you are from there, oh, because you're acting completely oblivion like you're not from there. But I've never seen you hustling even retweet, reshare, comment, like on the matter that borders on your own people dying and being kidnapped every day. I've never seen you do that. I've never seen you call out our governor. But you are very, very quick to call out Soludo, call out other people. I find it very disturbing. And I would say it's only can only be two
Okay,
things.
Shongai.
Is that
Okay, hold on.
Cheluna,
No, no,
Cheluna?
hold on,
Is
hold
that
on,
you're
hold
not
on,
from
hold on,
Enugu?
Shongai. Don't be offended.
Cheluna, make I finish
Don't
now.
be offended. So
Allow me
I
to
will
make you
correct
talk.
you.
Let
Let
me
me
finish.
correct you now.
I
So
said it's a rhetorical
no,
question.
but
It's a
hold
rhetorical
on, hold. I
question.
want to just
I don't
correct
need
you.
an answer from
No,
you.
wait. Now you said something. You
No,
never see
now
me.
you are disrupting my thought
Oh yeah,
process.
oh
Just
yeah.
allow
When
me
you
to
are done,
land.
I will respond. Go on.
That's how it's done. I think it's wrong, my brother. I think charity begins at home. It's not bigot, it's not anything, but charity begins at home. And as they say, no man should go around chasing rats or whatever while their house is burning. It doesn't work. So I think that you should try to be more patriotic about your state. There's serious issues going on from where you come from. That is, if you are from there, oh, there's serious issue, and you need to, as a young man, as a youth. I mean, you're above youth now, but yeah, we are there. You should be part of the discussion to compel the government to provide security. If your home is burning, if you're not secure at home, you cannot go out somewhere else to secure other people. I think it is completely being, yeah, that is, you're not being honest with
Guy, I
yourself.
think I need to correct you on this.
So
I need let me
let me
correct you
move
so
on to
you
the
you go to
APC.
your topic. Let me correct you on this. It's very important. Just give me 1 minute. Don't be offended. See, maybe you don't normally come on spaces. Chukudema, Grandmaster is not here because if you had that information, I don't think you will make this kind of comment. During Ndubisi space, the time Nkalaha community was attacked, I was part of the people that raised funds. I know you were not there. You know, you are doubting my where I'm from. I'm from Unsoka. During when the Nkalaha community attacked,
Who told you I did not contribute to that funding?
did you not see my name there? I was part.
I did. I don't. But I know they do who contributed. They asked me, and then I put my money and I
I
moved on.
also
That's nothing
sent. I
concern
was
me.
even I was part of the people that drove that particular initiative. If you don't know, I was the person that asked Ndubisi, let us do contribution to address the people that are still in hospital. Even Grandmaster helped in doing that. But you were not there, just like you said. So it's better don't make assumption. Do not make assumption. I have even this what's it called, Obago. If Obago, I wish Obago was here. That guy that was from that particular community and saw how the type of effort I particularly made in that particular incident. For you that is not doubting my originality, I've put in my hard-earned money, more than 1 million naira, in the things that are happening both in Nkalaho and in Hamufu. As a matter of fact, it is part of the reason me and Ndubisi had a misunderstanding. I asked for somebody that can go and actually make an investigation and look into those communities that are willing to give that person 500,000 naira. It was part of the reason me and Ndubisi had a little misunderstanding. I wish Ndubisi was still here. So whenever you try, don't say things you don't have the right information. Just don't, like, before you make an assumption, you ask me what and what and what and what. I've been part of the people that was criticizing Peter Mba here now. Chukwudema, were you not here? On Ndubisi space? We were so vocal against Mba on that particular incident. The one with Soludo. I'm seeing the person going to their comment section, insulting them. Are you not seeing my comments? Even with what's he called? This Hope who's on my own. Go to their post. You will see my comments there. Go to Peter Mbap during the time that they attacked a Hamufu and one other community. Go to their post. You will see my comment under there insulting them. So I was part of that particular movement that reached out to that community that was attacked. There are people, they took them to a particular hospital in Enugu. We were discussing with Grant or here on Twitter, how we can assemble people to go and see those guys in the hospital. We later discussed with Obago. Obago said that he's going to bring people, one or two people together to go and visit the people that are directly affected. My brother, I have never spent money anywhere outside of Nsukka on this Twitter. The type of money I have sent to individuals I don't know. I haven't seen them. That maybe that they are from Nsukka. I have done that. The records are there. If you want me to start giving you records, I will start posting records. I'm not the type of person that when I do something, I will come on Twitter and start singing about it. But since you made this comment, because people are listening to you, you're already questioning where I'm from. So because you made this comment publicly, that is why I'm addressing it like this publicly. If you need the records, I can post the records here for you to look at it. I have sent more than 1 million naira to those communities. If you need that record, I will post it here. So when you make comments, try to get the necessary information before you make that particular comment. Go on with your submission. Thank you.
Okay, like I said, it was a rhetorical question. I just wanted to know for sure where you come from. Um, Hustling, that incident in Hamufu happened, I think October last year or September last. So somewhere within this thing, everybody reacted. Everybody that I know that's an Igbo man reacted. The videos were very gory. It's not something that you see will not react. But do you know since then how many people have been kidnapped, raped, murdered around your vicinity, around your home? Hustling, I never see you for one day speak about it. This entire year, this is the 6th month of the year. I didn't see one single comment from you. And we are watching. One day, you have to tell us where you
Some
actually
guy,
come from.
you have
It is very,
most
very,
of the
it is very,
spaces
very
I
wrong.
have been
In
on,
our body, you
we
go they
can't
run
be on the
around
same
with
space
people,
at the same
people that
time.
have nothing to do with you, people that don't even care about you. In our
Listen, my
body,
brother,
whereas
we
your home
cannot
is
be just
burning. Let me speak
we
on the conversation. I'm done with this
no,
one.
no, you don't drive this narrative.
No,
It
I
is
will
not in.
drive it. I will drive it
Listen,
hustling. I will drive it.
the
I will drive
time
it. I'm not
the
the
time
only
the
person saying
kidnapping
this.
happened there.
I'm not the only person
Listen,
saying this from where we come from. I'm just not to
listen,
be
my
good guys,
brother.
okay, Malo?
Listen.
I'm not the only person saying
Whenever
this.
an issue
And I
comes
think it's
up,
wrong.
oh, Chukudema and the other people, even Chukun that is here. I think Chinonso was also on that particular. You know, Shogai,
Everybody was on that space. That is a one-time thing, my brother.
there's a
That
particular comment
I
you normally
reacted
make
to,
on
you
spaces.
reacted to, but the
How
thing
else?
continued and you ignored it. Don't say
How?
anything. Igbo,
Hold on,
you are a
Shogai.
loud voice here. You are a popular voice. If you
Hold on,
speak
hold
of
on,
the
hold
issue
on.
about your home,
How
people will take it
something
seriously.
that I'm
That is why
sympathetic
I'm
to.
talking to you directly. I don't need to.
Shogai, what
I
are
know
you
they do. I
saying?
know they fear
Something
anybody.
that I'm
I'm a very
sympathetic to.
straightforward
How do you
person.
know what a man is sympathetic to? Is it not where he puts his money?
No, it's not. You know, the issue with Nigeria is everything's all
What
about
do you think?
money, money, money,
Something that is
money.
precious
Bro,
to
your
a
ordinary
man.
voice can go a long way. It doesn't have to be about money.
Excuse me. Something that is precious to a man. How do you know that? It is where his money goes.
That is not
During
true.
that
That is
kidnapping you just
that
mentioned, I was
that
part
is a
of the people
Nigerian way
that
of
brought
judging
it here
things.
on Twitter. I was part of the people that started galvanizing people. Let us look into that particular incident to know where these attacks are coming from.
Bro,
Even the community
everybody
that I
played
had
a
to fight
part.
with.
Everybody played a part in that thing. So it's just
Then
like me
what are you
coming out to
saying
say,
now?
oh,
You
I
played
gave
your
this one,
part.
this
I
one.
played my own part. What are you then saying?
Since that time, do you know the amount of insecurity issues we've had?
What
That is
what
very close to your
insecurity
own
issue?
home. I know you see it.
Which
You
my
see it
own
on the
home?
news, but you
Where?
don't
Tell
say
me
a
where.
thing.
In my own particular
You are more
community. Tell me
concerned with
where.
Yenemen or Kiwe, which I don't have a problem with that. But bro, first
My
of all, fix your
goodness.
home first.
Okay,
Fix
you
your
know my
home.
home. What is going on currently in my home? You know my community. What is going on currently in my community? Tell me. At
The-
least
the-
in the past one
that's
year.
the
Tell me.
beauty. That's the beautiful thing, is that you say from Nsuka. Nsuka is a very big place.
You
But
said community. The
from your dialect,
oh
I know where
goodness.
you come from, and where you
Shongai.
come from, we bother each other.
Shongai, listen.
Between me and you, there is a big bush. That bush
I
is a
know
heaven,
the
is a
you see
heaven for
every
kidnappers.
single
And you they
Shongai,
see this thing,
you are
see
not
them,
making a
you they see them
Shongai, you
every
are not
week.
Shongai, listen, you are not making a actually good point. In all the whole event, the timeline of events, both kidnapping, killings, and everything that happened in Nsukka, I have them. I've actually investigated some of them. There was a time they abducted people traveling in a bus. They were saying it happened in Enugu. I personally I put my money for that particular investment. I called people. I mobilized people to go check the particular place it happened. It was the time they were talking about a youth copper. I was part of the people that galvanize people for the right information to be out there. If you don't know, I will not have to come and be advertising things I'm doing here on Twitter for you, Sean Guy. I take Nsukka matters personally and very precious. If you
You
don't
don't
know,
have to advertise it, but we see as you advertise other people's own.
advertise
What do you
which
want? What
other
do you want
people's
people
own
to
am I
think?
advertising?
What do you want other people to think? Anyway, like I said, I'm not the only one
My
saying
brother,
this.
it is
So many
not
people
a
have noticed it,
you.
and
You are
I
the only
hope
one
that
having
they
that
can also
opinion.
speak
I
to
have
you.
never had
I'm
any
not
other
enough.
person
I'm
say
not
this.
enough to tell you what to do. You're an adult, but I hope that when we are many, we can convince you that you should please start thinking home. Why I'm only doing this, bro? If you don't have strong following, I wouldn't even be considering myself. The words you say, the things you say, is important. That is why I'm saying
Didi,
this.
I
If you
don't,
say you don't
I
get
don't,
big
Shankar, I
following,
don't
I won't
understand where
disturb
you are coming
myself.
from. I don't because when I think about it,
Where
the thing gets
where
me
I'm
crazy,
coming
oh,
from
really.
is that you should please drop the hypocrisy.
What
Drop it.
hypocrisy are you talking about?
Drop the hypocrisy and think home
I
first.
want to the extent of the thing that happened in Okigwe, that over 30 people were burnt. Tell me where it happened in Nsukka for the last at least 5 years. Chongai, tell me where that particular incident, over 30 Igbo people were burnt because of sit at home. Tell me where it happened in Nsukka in the past 5 years. Whenever you make comment, see,
What
brother,
I say is that your priorities are not the
my
same.
brother,
Yeah.
my
So if
priority
your
personally,
priority is
and
the
I can
other
prove it
places,
to
go
you.
for it. Like I said, I don't have a problem
If
with
you
it.
no no
But
if
just
you want us to go
remember
down that,
home.
you see,
If you are not a loud voice, or if
Shongai,
you're not
if you
a
want
strong
us to
voice,
go
I'm not going
down
to even
that
disturb
rabbit hole,
myself.
we are going to go down that rabbit hole. All the timeline of events that occurred in Nsukka, I have proper information of all of them more than you. If you want to doubt it, name any event that happened in Nsukka. If you want to doubt this information, I give you all the whole timeline of event, both kidnapping, both people that were abducted, even recently, people that were abducted recently along that OP expressway. The things happening in Nsukka, I have accurate information more than you.
Did you hear about the Reverend Sisters and the 13 other people that were
I heard
kidnapped?
about it.
What did you say about it?
What do I need to say about it?
Okay. Now, now you've made my point,
No,
too.
no. How
You've
do you
made my
no?
beautiful
Tell me,
point.
how do
Can
you
you
want
move
me
today
to?
on hustling?
Is it only in
Hustling.
Nsukka that
I
they
not
are
come fight
kidnapping
you. My
people?
job is to call you out because first of all, I see as my elder brother.
My brother,
I will call you out. I know
because
they
people
look
that are on
anybody.
these spaces,
Nga bug it
is
out.
it only in Nsukka that kidnapping is happening in Nigeria? Is kidnapping not a nationwide problem in Nigeria?
It's a nationwide
Then what
problem
are
in
you
Nigeria.
saying?
But
I've done the
the
one that
point
I
is that
need to do.
it's happening in your own home,
Are you
and
saddling
you're
the
not saying
responsibility
anything.
of the
You are going
government?
outside to impress others,
The,
whereas your
you
voice
are
and your
saddling
resources
the
will be
responsibility
needed.
of the government is what you're trying to heap on my own head.
Is no, not the responsibility of the government. And nobody asks you to take a gun to go secure anybody. But
I'm
what
not
you have
talking
in your
about
head is
taking a gun to
important.
secure
Your
anybody.
ideas are important too.
There are things that whenever it happens, you see, there are Shonkai, whether I like it or not, there are things that when it happens in our Igbo region, eh, it it infuriates me a lot. I'm not talking about pocket crimes here and there that we normally do have, but there are things that when it happens, it infuriates me a lot. That pertains to an Igbo person killing an Igbo person because of an ideology. That irritates me more than any other thing. And if it is that particular thing you are henching on to be making your opinion, I'm sorry.
No, no, no.
I take
I'm
an
not into that,
exception.
bro.
Listen,
I have no issue with your IPOP, anti-IPOP
no, hold
crusade.
on.
I don't have no issue
You
with
made
it.
reference to
I have no
Okigwe.
issue with it, and I will never.
Hold on. The
Those
Okigwe
such things
reference
don't
you made
worry me.
here is because
What
of,
what worries me?
hey, listen
What
to me.
worries me is that
That
our
Okigwe
house is burning,
incident,
and you're out there chasing waiting. I
the
don't know.
reference you
Do you
made
know that?
here,
Do you know that
that
Nsukka people are
Okigwe
gathering
incident
right now to create a
is
coup? You
actually
don't know
related
because you are
to the
completely
enforcement
oblivious.
of sit at
You're
home.
oblivious of what is going on.
That particular
You pitched
Okigwe,
your tent somewhere completely far.
Shongai, you are not making any point here. That particular Okigwe incident, that Igbo people
I'm making a point. I'm not,
Igbo
is
people
bro, it's
went
not only
and killed
Okigwe,
Igbo
you're not
people
only Okigwe,
because they
you
refused
are
to sit at
Isiala
home.
issue,
My
you are
brothers and
everywhere
sisters,
calling out
our
Soludo,
own
calling out
people,
everybody. Can't you call out
people,
your own governor?
our own Igbo people
For
went
that
out to
your
there.
mothers, your sisters are being kidnapped. I've never seen you open your mouth and
You've
call out
never
the
seen me
governor.
because you are not on space always. We can't be on this.
I'm
We
not,
can't be on a
I'm not on
space
space
at the
always.
same
That I don't
time.
talk on space doesn't mean I'm not on space.
Shongai, me
Sometimes
and you can
I just
never
don't
be
want to
on a
talk.
space at the same
I
time.
just
It
want
is
to be
not
on this,
possible.
just listen. Sometimes I don't want to talk.
It's not
Just want to
possible. Me and you
listen.
can never be
I
on
don't
a
always
space
have to
at the
have an
same time.
opinion, bro.
The records are there. If you want me to go and bring up individuals here, I'll bring up individuals to counter this your point. Just like I told you, go and check my timeline. And I take an exception. People here that are this place is recorded. I take an exception, brothers and sisters. You see, if for Igbo, our Igbo people, there's this popular they say, Aruno, Aruno, Kariezi. It means that the war you fight inside that is inside your home is bigger than the one outside. The war inside your home is bigger than the one outside. And the incident Okigwe, Songai made reference on the Okigwe incident. I take an exception. What is the reason why I take an exception? Igbo people went and killed over 30 Igbo people. Listen and listen good. Igbo people went and killed over 30 Igbo people. Why? Because they were not sitting at home. That is I take an exception. That particular act alone irritates me a lot. So if that is the incident you are making reference on that I kept on hammering on, yes, it is all over my timeline.
I
And
didn't make a reference to any
you said
particular thing.
Okigwe,
I said
before I brought it up.
Okigwe,
That's the reason I
Ihiala,
brought it
all
up.
those
But
places.
if
You
you
are
want to
always on
know,
your matter, on their matter.
yes,
However, we
I
have a
want see.
problem. We
I
have a
will be
problem
on
that
anything
is
that
well
concerns Igbo people. I
publicized,
will
and you
tie
don't
it
say a
apart.
thing about
Listen
it.
to
I
me,
think it's wrong, brother.
Shongai.
I think it's wrong. I think it's
Anything that concerns
pretentious.
Igbo people, anything that concerns Igbo people, if you don't know anything,
Bwana ju buru nke dị na ala nna gị n'isi.
yes, yes, the
Ihe
same
Igbo
way, the same effort,
because
the same effort I'm exerting on that, I'm
emego two
still
meetings,
exerting on the other
nobody saw
part.
you there. I was supposed to send you a link, but that's him say kedu ka onye a ga-eshi mmadụ na na-eme ụdị ihe a? You didn't come.
Send me that link.
Why should I send you the link?
Then why are you there?
Because
You
you have
you
pitched
can
your
still
tent
be that
somewhere else.
voice. You can
You have
still be
pitched your
that
tent
voice,
somewhere
brother.
else.
Ekele olu eke. Ndị Igbo
Ekele
sị na ekele
Olueke.
olu eke.
Ekele Olueke.
You
Sometimes
can still be that voice.
collective effort.
If you feel I'm not doing good enough, you can still be part of it. You can still be that voice. At least I have a whole lot of things I'm doing. Since I'm covering on this, since you feel my whole attention is focused on this particular side, you can still focus your own attention on this particular side. Just like I've told you in the past. The only way to know what is precious to a man is where his money goes.
That is a wrong
And
thing to say, but go ahead.
you can have that opinion. Me, I have my own opinion.
Yeah, your opinion is where you put
Listen,
your money is where it's important. There are people
listen. Just
that
like
care
I've
about
told you
so
in
many
the
other
past,
things.
just like the people that are all the time shouting, listen, the people that are listening here now, it's very good that we brought up this topic. The people that are all the time shouting, Fulani are killing us, Fulani are killing us. Pay very good attention. Whenever we have incident of Fulani attack, the thing they do, listen to me clearly, the thing they do is that they take the picture, they take the videos, they start to use it to push narrative. They are never going to offer any form of support. When I mean support, not even a kobo, not even a fathom. Like, they are never going to do anything apart from, I have been telling you, these people are killing us, these people are killing us, coming on social media spaces and parole without doing any form of grassroots help or whatsoever. Now, the people that goes in to help the situation are people like us that are not just all the time bringing the video on social media spaces. We are the people that will go there and put in our own resources to actually address the issue. The time that incident of Fulani killing came up on Ndubi, this is the reason me and Ndubisi had a misunderstanding. Chukwudema, you were there, that Ndubisi was insulting me. I told Ndubisi, I'm willing to sponsor this particular thing. Let us find an end to this thing. Let us at least do the little best we can here. Ndubisi insulted me, right? It was part of the reason I kind of like stopped coming to the spaces, and sometimes when I do come up, I don't normally pick up mic there. But me personally, I wish people from a Hamufu community were here. They know me here. These guys know me. They know me individually. Both Obago, both his uncle, both the other one he brought on his place one time. I haven't seen them, but they know me. If you tell them hustling Benjamin, they know me.
Oslin, what's the local government? Just this, and what's the local government you come from?
That is irrelevant here.
No, I want to know. What's
No,
the
it
local
is
government?
irrelevant
It
here.
is important. No, it is.
No, it is
very,
not
very
important
relevant.
to. I'm
It is
never going
very,
to
very
tell you that.
relevant. In our boss, it's already equal BC
I
there.
have.
But
You
from the way you
see,
speak, I know
I'm
your local
never going to
government.
tell you that.
And they tell you say your local government is under serious siege.
Thank you so much. Now, you as a person, you can be that voice. You can help me to be that voice.
I can help you to be that voice.
Yes.
Bro,
Also, when you are making
the
your post,
insecurity in your town is affecting my own town. I need you to
listen.
speak up on your own side. Me speak up on my own side. It's called a collective effort. Nah.
When you are making your own post on
Understand
a
what I'm
particular
saying? Understand what I'm
insecurity,
saying?
when you are making your own post on a particular insecurity in a particular region, please tag me. If you have videos, if you have information, tag me or send it to me and see if I don't respond. I'm not everywhere. I can't be everywhere at the same time. I only work with information. If I come on space and I hear a particular information,
But
anything
Hustler,
that
you just
listen,
said 15 minutes ago that you know everything that happened. How come you're saying that you don't know anything that happened? I
hold
should
on,
tag you.
hold on. Let me make
Austin, it
myself
might be a
clear.
bag worker. In a town
Hold
called
on.
a bag
If
worker.
something happens right
Do you know a
now,
town called a bag worker?
hold on.
Do
I
you
know
know a
Ibagwa.
town called a
Listen to
bag
me.
worker?
Hold on. Let me make my point. If I get a whim now, maybe a news or maybe an information or a speculation or a rumor that something happened here, and this is how it happened. I look at, okay, is there anybody here that have information of such a thing? If there is nobody, I will try to make calls. Just like the time they said they abducted people traveling, youth coppers that were traveling along Nsoka Road. I was part of the people that made that call. I said, how did this happen? Right? Can we get a full clarification on this? It was later discovered that that incident didn't happen in Onsoka as they portray it before, right? It didn't happen at that particular place they said it happened. It was another region, right? So if anything happens right now in Onsoka, I'm not everywhere at the same time, right? I can, maybe somebody will just write me on WhatsApp, did you hear about this and about that? Or maybe send me a video or news or whatever. I don't just come on social. Sofa it is something that relates to soccer. This is how precious I take on soccer. Sofa is something that relates to soccer. I will go grassroots immediately. I will first let us dig out where this thing came from. The thing you see me posting on my social media platform here on Twitter is because I have no voice to that particular incident going on apart from here on Twitter. If I am able to make a change, let's say people that attacked Okigwe community and burnt over 30 people there, if I have the capacity to make that change, you will not see me discuss it on Twitter. I would rather covertly, I will tackle it. But I don't have the connections, the much needed connection that exceed in soccer. Maybe to start placing call or to start calling this person. How do we do this and how do we do that? I don't have that capacity. But I know that my own little on soccer, I know that I can be able to do something. And whenever I see something come up there, I immediately swing into action. Action. I don't waste time. I don't wait. So
Oslin, do you know a town
remember
called a
the
bag
comment
worker?
you made. The comment you
Oslin,
made is you have
just
not
confirm
seen
yes
me,
or no. Do you know a town called a bag worker?
my brother. I dated my ex was from Ibawa. I know
Aka or
Ibawa.
Ane? A bag
I know
worker or
I know
Ane?
I know Ibawa front and back. I've been
Which
there
one?
several
Ane
times.
or Akana? Which one? There are two
All
Ibagwas.
the two, just like I've told you, if you are driving towards, those are places I drive around towards. Maybe that you are going. There's this roundabout there. You normally turn left going inside the Bagua town. If you are going from Opi directly to Enugu, right? So I know all those terrain very well. They are every time I'm home, I normally cross all those areas. So, and the comment you made here, listen, the
It's very
comment you
good.
made
It's
here
very
that
good
made
that
me
you're
actually
speaking.
pick up,
I'm picking up a lot of things.
see,
It's very good.
Strong guy, listen, we are brothers here. We are from Onsoka, right? But the comment you made
Now,
here
and
that
my doubt,
actually
yeah, and my doubt, Bishi, my brother. But go ahead.
Unsobradro, you can do that. There's no problem. I don't have a problem with that. But whenever you try to make maybe a kind of allegation, at least let it be try to have substance
No,
with
now
that.
what you keep talking about Obago and the Hamufu. Everybody most everybody I know contributed in that distance.
Not everybody
That
that you
that
know.
host that space was hosted by Grandmaster and
It was
Nubisu.
not
I was
hosted by Grandmaster.
I told you he was a co-host on that space or was a major speaker on that
That
space. But the
particular
person that
listen,
hosted that space was Ndubisi. And
that space
I contributed to that account quietly without
that
asking
space
anybody
was
to
hosted by
mention my name.
NDBC. That whole space was
They
actually hosted.
called, but Grandmaster was a major speaker on that
Thank you.
space,
And
wasn't
during
he?
that time,
I was there,
during
bro.
that
That is
timeline
the
of
one time thing
events,
that happened October last year. Everybody reacted. And my Wagda, since
is
that
not
time, do you know how
October.
many
It is even
insecurity issues we've had?
that October,
I
self.
haven't
I
heard
don't
you
think
say a
I've been here
single
on
word.
Twitter. That October, maybe I don't think I'm here on Twitter that time. Maybe I'm talking about another incident that happened there in Hamufu. Because it was even late November that I came on Twitter. Maybe early late November that I came on Twitter here. Official that I registered and I think an account here. Or maybe I went to my old account and I started speaking on spaces like Grandmaster and Ndubisi. And every single time I hear incident, the reason I'm kind of rattled is you said you've never had me. My brother, if you go and pull up tweet from Peter Mba, you will see my comments there. You will see my reply there, literally insulting the guy. Your community, the place you are in charge of, those places are burning, and you are there wearing suit and tie. The comments are there. And I normally, when I repeatedly, I normally push out such type of comments. They are there. If you want me to go and dig it up, I'll dig it up and send it to you. But just that because you are not seeing it doesn't mean I'm not doing my best. And also the comment you made about you've not seen me, it's not until you see me, then you now say, okay, you now conclude that yes, this guy is actually doing something. Just like I've said, if you want me to post on the jumbo throne the money I have sent to a Hamufu community, people that I have never met.
Nah, hustling.
If you want,
I
no,
mean,
I don't understand.
from
How
your
else
profile
do you
name,
want me
hustling
to
Benjamin. I
express
know that you all about money.
my love
Ega
for my
bro.
community
Money is not
or
is
my
not
town
is not
people?
is never
I
a
don't
measure of
understand.
anything.
How
Okay,
else do
so
you
you
want?
know
How
they
else
call
do you want
money.
me to
No, they
express
call
the
money.
love I have for my people
All of us can pull
if
out
I'm not putting
our
my
bank
money there?
statement and see how we've been giving money around. Oh, this
Strong
will not
guy,
be
if you say
anything.
money is
If
not
you want to
important, I ask
contribute
you,
money, contribute money.
how else you want me to
Sometimes
express
ideas are worth
love
more
to
than
my
money.
own town and community? How else you want me to do that? I'm not there. I'm not
No,
currently there. I
what
don't
I'm
have
trying to say,
the monopoly
hustling.
of the
We are on the
government.
street of X, yeah,
I can't do
and
anything.
news
I'm
can
literally
appear
handicapped. I can't
simultaneously.
do anything there.
Bro, news can appear simultaneously. All I'm just trying to say is that you're quite selective on the ones you push. Because you see news that happen, something very bad happened around your house. You don't make it public, but you go ahead pushing other people, which is not bad though. It is a very good thing, right?
I
But
make
first
all
of all,
news
fix your
public. I
home.
make all news public
If you
now.
don't fix your home, you're not. Nobody will take you seriously if you're trying to fix their home.
My
Nobody
brother,
will.
my brother, I am doing the best that I can. My own best is what I'm doing. I'm not the person that will fix insecurity.
Just like Buhari said, he did his best for
No,
8 years.
no, no, no. That's Buhari. He has all the resources. He had all those institutions at his disposal. He did nothing with the much that he was given. He was not able to achieve anything good. Me, I don't have. I don't even have anything on my table apart from my own personal resources. But still, I'm still making use of that. So, if you hear me, or maybe a particular incident happen, you don't hear me speak on it, or maybe probably it's just because of the just take maybe that particular time I was doing something, I was doing the other thing, but
Selective amnesia,
covertly,
Abi.
I'm actually doing something. Covertly, I'm actually doing something. I don't have to bring everything up on Twitter. I don't have. I'm just being honest to you now. I don't have to bring everything up on Twitter for me to post it and paste it there for
That's
you
why
to be seeing it.
that's why I said it's rather pretentious because
I'm not doing anything selective
you are very
when it
quick to
concerns
publicize
Igbo
other
people.
ones, but when it comes to your own, you start claiming I don't have to make it public. Isn't
No,
that
no, no, no,
pretentious to you, my brother?
no, no,
Is
no.
that
That no,
pretentious?
no. That's see. I'm not selective. Anything that concerns Igbo people, I'm not selective. If it happens anywhere, like I will sympathize with the people. I will have empathy for such an incident. If anywhere in my region, Igbo region, our small Igbo region, yes. You understand me? I'm not selective. It's not the incident that happened in other part of the state. Or maybe a Bonny, let's say. Do you understand? But you still have people that their voice, you could literally hear their own voice from that side, that part of the eye. Do you understand me? Then you still have people covering the other part. You still have the other people. So I don't have to be everywhere. That's my point. But that doesn't mean I'm selective. If it happens in my home right now, Shonga, I know it that if I bring it on Twitter, it's probably on the comment section of our leaders. But know it that before I post comments there, I would have done something else that I'm not bringing on Twitter. Just know it. So the reason the ones that you're seeing consistently is because I can't handle anything. I'm handicapped. I can't do nothing apart from just posting on Twitter. But the ones that I can actually effect a change, I'll pick up a phone, I'll make a call. I will start doing something immediately before coming on Twitter. So that I'm not doing it, or maybe you are not seeing it, doesn't mean I'm not doing it. I'm a proud son of Nsukka. You know we've had misunderstanding, Shongai, but that doesn't mean that brothers don't have misunderstanding, or maybe that we don't align, that our opinion don't align together. Doesn't mean I will now start saying maybe let me go and find you and kill you. But you've seen our fellow Igbo people, something that doesn't used to happen is currently happening. Because I disagree with my fellow Igbo man, he will be looking for my picture to come and target me and kill me because our opinion doesn't align. These are the people. This is the type of ideology that is new to our Igbo people, that is taking the lives of our Igbo brothers and sisters. And this is what I don't want it to continue. It is leading us to destruction. That ideology of I disagree with my brother, let me find his picture and go and kill him. I've seen literally most of the people that tell me I'm faceless and this, and they are mostly people that are IPOB guys, because they are one way or the other here and there looking for your picture to know to start targeting you when you are in Nigeria to assassinate you and nothing more. So that ideology, it is new to us and it is driving us towards destruction. And that is what I seriously don't like. I can take an exception when it comes to normal criminalities that is not limited only to the southeast. Kidnapping is a nationwide problem. Fulani herdsmen is a nationwide problem. If it happens in my region,
Therefore your home can burn because other
if it
people's home are
happens in my
burning.
region, I will do my best to address it. I did not say therefore my home can burn.
No, no, no.
I'm just telling you,
Sometimes you pick up
I'm
cues
just
from
telling you that,
statements now.
listen to me, I'm telling you that it is a nationwide problem. It doesn't mean that my home should not go ahead and burn. No. If it happens in my own community, I will do my best to address it the little way I can, the way I can. I don't have the monopoly. I don't have all the resources the government has currently. Peter Mba can actually literally right now pick a call, make a call to either AIG or commission or whatever. Mobile armed men will be scattered all over the places to condone off any kind of attack. He can actually do that right now as I'm talking to you. I can't do anything apart from going to his comment section and insulting him there. I literally can't do anything apart from insulting him in his own tweet, or maybe from doing other grassroots help that maybe I want to do, or maybe some other things that I want to do to help the community. So why are you then seeing it as a problem? I'm doing my best. You are doing your best. I haven't told you that you are not doing your best. You can actually be that voice. Be that voice, cover that area. We can, when we have to share, we can share information and do. If you are organizing any kind of this, you invite me, I come there, I air my own opinion, I put in my own voice. You can actually be that voice. Since I'm that vocal voice for the people, for the deaths that we don't normally see here on Twitter. 30 people were burnt alive. No other space discussed it here on Twitter apart from Ikenga. 30 Igbo sons and daughters were burnt on a Monday. It was not a Southeast discussion. No other space held that discussion except Ikenga. No other space held that discussion. My brothers and sisters, 30 Igbo brothers and sisters were burnt alive because of sit at home. But we were discussing the time they attacked this Uromi incident happened. It was a nationwide problem. The whole people were discussing it. Our own 30 Igbo brothers and sisters were burnt by the people that claim that they are doing agitation because they were enforcing sit at home. Pace me a space that had that discussion. Apart from Ikenga, that literally made it their own topic of discussion. Let us discuss this Okigo incident. So that is what, when I think about it, it irritates me, it frustrates me a lot. That is why I want to be more vocal on that part, because I feel like people are not getting the information. People are not getting what is actually going on. We know that we have incidents of Fulani killing Fulani terrorist headers. We have that incident. Yes, I'm doing my best, the best way I can, my brother. No go fiki my, no be me go buy for Naija. Or no be me go die. I'm doing my best, the little way I can. With the little resources I have, I will still continue to do my best. Please, just, Shonga, I don't want us to be attacking each other. Be that voice, be that
I'm not
tweet
attacking
out
you,
there,
Oslin.
do that
I
post
don't.
out there,
It's
please.
not an attack. I'm just calling you to take account of the things that you do. I'm not attacking you. Equally as a personal attack, I'm sorry, but this is not me attacking you. I'm only calling you out. Make you remember, say, your home is also under siege, right? The ideas you
I know
the
what is
ideas
currently
you
going on. You
share,
don't need to tell me.
your
I
idea
know.
you share regarding IPOP people or anti-IPOP campaign that you've carried on your head, it's good, right? You've been sharing good ideas and it's kind of working. I'm not telling you, say, bring the idea. Go. Everybody's not all about money. I'm not all about money, bro. Sometimes I don't know everything. I need to work with other people. Make I tap into that idea. So let's solve this matter. Anybody can cash out 2 million, 3 million. Just give so that it doesn't bother you. But at the end of the day, now the head will execute that thing that matters. That is why, and you know, I've written you to, I've told you that you're a very intelligent person. I like the way you speak. And that's why I find it very, 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 I mean, I think it's offensive that you see that things are going on in your place. You ignore it, and then you take your God-given knowledge to other places, which is good. But first of all, fix your home. We need you. We need that intellectual capacity coming from you and others. Maybe we first of all fix it, because right now there's security architecture that is being designed. I cannot speak about it on public, but it's been designed. Why? Because the state is not acting. Self-preservation is part of human natural law, and you must have to preserve yourself. If the state will not come out and do their primary duty to preserve its citizens might have to find ways to preserve themselves. Now, this attack is not the only a Fulani. There are elements of our people also involved. This is why I'm telling you that you should also come and we'll find a way to solve this. And when there's attack, I don't know how you, bro. If you see me attacking somebody, you go know say I'm attacking them, because I will make sure say you don't
Shongai,
speak a word.
Shongai, if we open that kind of worm here on Twitter, you will not like that discussion. Do you know the reason why
Open
you
the
don't?
kind of, I they like kind of worms
Hold on.
well.
Okay, hold on.
Open
Okay,
them.
hold on now. There's a reason why I specifically want to be addressing that issue in a covert manner. I have my reasons because I don't want to paint a very ugly picture that will affect us in the future. You know what I'm saying. I don't want to discuss it here. And don't force me. Now, when things like that happen and I look at things, I've like just like I told you, I first go into to gather information. There's something you just said here. When I look at the things, I just say, okay, let me tone down a little bit on social media. If I tone down a little bit, I will do more work grassroots. And that's the major reason why some of the things that happens, you don't see me bring it up immediately on social media. I'm not being selective, especially issues that affect on soccer. I dey carry am for head, pass even IPOB own. It's just that the IPOB own is convenient for me to be bringing it out on Twitter. It's just convenient for me. But the other ones that are not, there was a discussion we're having on a particular space. One guy from Ledge, I think so. There was a part he wanted to tread on a public. I said no. There are things we cannot discuss here. If you want, we can go private. We can talk a whole lot back and forth and the rest of them. But I cannot make that discussion here, and I have my reasons. So
I
know
understand.
it
I
that
understand 100%.
I am sympathetic to anything that happens in Nsukka. Believe me, maybe you may not see it on Twitter, but I did something, or I'm in the process of doing something, right? So the reason I'm focusing on this
Is it me? I cannot hear checks and hustling anymore.
What
Network.
happened now? Sorry, I went to do something.
Is hustling still speaking?
I can't hear anybody. Is anybody talking?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah, I'm an Ineku.
okay, because I don't manage square hustling. I cannot hear hustling anymore.
Even me.
Okay, all the
Although I've
network,
been
yeah.
listening to the conversation, I was
No, I know what make my brother hustling.
I don't know.
We always get this back and forth all the time, but it always comes from a good place. I'm not here to. I need him more than he even needs me. You have to go, and I know say all you did ahead, and I think you need to first of all come help fix your play. He was talking about how our politicians take money abroad and stuff it out there, so that is somehow the same thing he's doing. This is not bigotry or anything. Yeah, we border northern Nigeria, right? So most of these security that happen, like especially from the foreign people, not our local people, sometimes comes from all those areas, Benue, Kogi, trooping into southeast, right? And right now we're actually a bit overwhelmed. It's way too much. They've left farms for these guys. That is this way they pinch their tents. So we need every single person to come around. Not just about money. Within there, your brain sometimes is way above money. I'm telling you the truth. This is how I judge life. Everything doesn't have to be going around money or beating around money. No. But sometimes your suggestions, your recommendation based on experience, based on exposure can help a lot. So I only spoke to Hostley because I've waited for a long time to see this guy at least speak some, just publicize it because people are following you. Lots of people know about you right now. Just share it. Okay, so people like us, I like to remain quiet online. I don't have that. I don't have that charisma to speak up and I don't have it. But if I see someone who has it, I identify it, then I'll try to work with you. This is what I'm not calling out hustling Caribbean or something. I just think it's important. Because if we don't fix this, our border towns, Nalibo, if we don't fix it, this quiet invasion of our town, I mean, you wouldn't know it and they'll all troop in and they'll start shooting everybody. Then you'll be forced to defend yourself. Yeah, that's the only thing I came up to say. I just wanted to discuss with Hostin based on that matter. He's left, and I hope he comes back so we can, finalize it. I don't want him to feel I'm attacking him, and there's no need for that. But I just need some accountability because he says he's from there, and we have a serious issue. A situation that threatens the entire southeast. So that's it.
So hi, thank you. I normally don't want to be involved in your conversation because I'm not from Nsukka, and despite that, maybe you might have redirected this space. It is actually a good conversation to have with your brother. Maybe I can point out one or two things, or maybe a solution, so to speak, on the border issue in Nsukka. If you check in your history, and also it's mine because historically we are actually related. The progenitor of my place migrated from Nsukka area, like thousands of years ago. But that's not the topic. The topic here is that around 16th, 17th century, in my place, Normanbara had a lot of invasion. The first people that invaded us were actually this these Abo people from Okwani, because when they came down, they disposed some group. That is not history. I don't want to tell anyway. So now in that Omambala area, because we are actually in border region, we border north too. So they invaded my area, and you see their intention will always be to attack communities that are a bit isolated. They will go there, they will sort of kill some innocent people, tie some innocent people, take some women and something like slavery stuff. So they were the first to do it. Then the second group to do it were actually the elder people from Ebonyi State. That is a part. Then the third group to do it were actually Igala people.
Igala people, yeah.
Now what happened? Now look at what happened. Around that 16th, 17th century, there was a meeting because Amambala has been populately distant. The population we are great then. So because of the people that can fight in my area, we are like Agureli. Then you have Ogunike, or you have Okozu. These are the group that can fight. Umureli. Do you understand me? It's some part of Sugwe. So they had a meeting. After their meeting, they formed an alliance, a sort of a defensive military alliance called Amakolum. Then this Amakolum alliance were communities that are related to these areas. What they have to do is to defend these groups. Now, in that alliance, Agureli, because Agureli was the biggest community, was to lead the alliance. Ogunike, we are known to ruthless people. They are pure fighters. But the issue is that they are too distant, they are too aggressive. So they have to, they must not lead any distant alliance. So they stayed and they fought. Alkozu, we are involved, even Unteja was involved. So this Amakolum group, what they did is that they are to defend the whole border, because these areas, from that riverland area down to Nsukka, is a very fertile land. And in the olden times, fertile land are actually fought for. It still happened today, but it's not that serious because we have government now. So they have to defend that fertile land by any means possible. And that is exactly what they did. So now, the first group that came were Abo. They chased Abo back to their current location. That is why Abo did not have any settlement in that area. Then the other people succeeded a bit, because that we are ruthless fighters. They are the Arrow people. But the issue is that the other cannot swim. They are not swimmers. And normal people are very good swimmers. So what they did is that they take them to the river and drown them. That is how they defeated the other. At the end of the day, the other people left. Those that did not left, they have to, sort of, now. Then the Igala people proved to be actually better fighters because they are good in swimming. They are known to do that. I'm just giving you an instance of what will happen. To conclude my story, what happened to Igala people is that there was a full-blown war. A full-blown war. This war, there was one man called Ogama in Agule. That's how he died. That's another story altogether. So that full-blown war lasted for more than 30 years. That's how some group left, like places like. There was one town, there is a town in Anambra State today called Anam. That is how Anam was from, because during that war, they told some towns to leave, if possible, because it is to be a battleground. So at the end of that battle, these Igala people were pushed back. In fact, they decided to even go to that Igala area today until residents started saying no, that they should go back. People, you are bad fighters, you are this, that. That is it. Then in Nsukka area, there was also a fight. And the Nsukka area were helped by Eza people in Ebonyi State. That's another long story. So in conclusion, my brother, what you have to do is, number one, don't leave your people isolated. Towns do not live in isolation. You have to help a group. There is no isolation. You have neighbors. Whether you are in good terms with your neighbors or not, if you are to invade them, your neighbors have the obligations to defend you. So what is happening in Nsukka area is heartbreaking. But the issue is that you guys are not defending these towns in border. Nsukka people have to unite together. From that Nsukka area, that border area, down to Idinopi. You guys have to unite together and fight out. The government of Nigeria cannot defend you. They do not have they don't have the interest and maybe the firepower. You don't sit down, keep on complaining, and let this thing keep on happening. So the best way of doing it is to make sure that you band together Find a way of defending yourself. Bro, I am not from Agureli. But if anything happened to Agureli, my hometown will go down to Agureli and fight by any means possible, no matter what government is saying. And they all know that. And in conclusion, I'll tell you something now. There is a serious altercation in my place because in that Agureli area, because of the oil this thing in a Mandara area. So there is a sort of infight. They started with fighting, but when they saw that even Agureli itself is too stubborn, they had to go to court. The case is still in court. It is concluding now anyway. So my brother, the Nsukka people, not only Nsukka people, but you see that northern region, you guys will look for a way of putting your heads together. Put your heads together. If there are kidnappers in your area, you don't have to leave it to that area that kidnapping is going on, or that region that is being attacked. There should be a meeting. Nsukka is very big. Do you understand me? And from what I learned, those that are being attacked are actually in the border location,
Exactly
in
now.
the boundary.
Exactly.
So
And they
my
are being
brother,
overwhelmed right now. Not too much.
they are overwhelmed because their neighbors are not helping them. I know when Adani was attacked. I know when Ozuwani was attacked, in Nimbo and many other areas. So you guys should find a way of putting your heads together to defend your area. If you cannot do it, sorry, even the government cannot help you. They have never done it, and I don't know if they will do it tomorrow. As far as I'm concerned, they don't care. So that's my point. It is not just voicing out to the state government. If possible, you have traditional rulers, you have administration in your villages and towns. They should meet together, go down to Enugu government, and lodge the complaint. Just there should be an official complaint. Look at what is happening in our area. Do you understand me? Voice it as much as you can, and also make it clear that you will not sit down and let them be attacking your community. It doesn't happen anywhere. You do not sit down and allow your women to be attacked, to be raped by barbarians. So that's what I think that might help. Thank you. So, Hustling and Songhai, please, I do not want this space to go down to as a sort of attack.
We've even dragged it way too long. I just wanted to get my brother to see the realities on ground. No be saying I didn't want to, change the projector of the space. I just wanted to, but maybe I would take it personally up with him. We'll have to have a whole phone call to discuss this because when water don't pass Gary, this is serious problem, bro. I tell you. And now we waiting for that
And
border.
also,
We they hear them as in we they hear. We don't leave bushes for people. We've left our farms for people. This affects food security, and in if you, so the ripple effect of all these things that is being untreated, the too much. So that's why I just think that it needs to be taken as serious as it is because if we cannot help defend the borders of Nsukka town, like within the north, these guys will pass through and cripple the entire Igbo area. And I think is the systematic machinations. But I don't know. Make I know talk waiting the way to go fit
Sugar,
arrest me
sugar,
tomorrow.
don't be offended. Do you know that there is a particular security initiative currently? Do you know about that?
Yeah, Nambeze. I know exactly what is good. That's why I say I cannot
Do you,
discuss
do,
it
you-
on,
do you
on
know the
public.
people that are trying to sabotage that particular initiative?
Who are the people? ESN, Abi.
Okay.
I
You
know.
see,
Now I just want to ask you now. Why
there's
ESN?
a particular reason. This type of discussion is the type of discussion I don't normally have on space. Whenever maybe any person from Nsukka comes up to try to make that argument, I always try to tell them, no, it's not the place. It's not the place. I have my reasons. And that's mother, you cannot wash your dirty linens outside, right? So there's a particular security initiative, and somebody's mic is on. Just like you see this guy here now laughing, this Ugochukwu from these Biafran guys. Any form of security initiative that is being brought up, either by the community, probably either by state government, to address these Fulani people, they always feel that they are the people Them are the people saddled with the responsibility to address the Fulani people, the Fulani terrorist headers. But remember, they have been there in the bushes with gun for the past how many years? We are fighting Fulani. We are fighting Fulani. That is their major excuse. They have all assorted rifles, RPG, IEDs, AK-47 there and there. You saw their men, they will tell you, our men are in the bush fighting Fulani. But you only see them where there is no Fulani headers. That is where you see this crop of people. You see them in Okigwe, you see them in Osu, you see them in Ihiala, places you don't have any single Fulani headers. Right? Now, when a community stands up to say, we want to bring about a security initiative to defend what is currently going on, these are the same crop of individual that will come to sabotage that particular initiative. They will not just sabotage it, they will bring it on social media. They will criticize every single effort.
In my
Hope I
why? In my
hope
why,
I
Hustling?
why?
Why is this? What I will say now is quite controversial, but I just want people to please wear their thinking caps. Kendi, Okwis and Han were sophisticated rifles and shit at the moment. Have you seen any community that has been attacked by Fulani or these invaders? Bro, Ebwendani shoot bed. Very long bullets with a perforate wall. I mean, concrete, where fit scatter concrete too. These are pure military grade weapons. Is it this cock and shoot where they buy 1.5 million? It will not take you anywhere. When they came to carry people close to my town, or more, they wasted 6 security people. As an was easy waste, matched on. On that basis, they killed you both young girls
So,
and
you see what
grown up
happened
people.
there? I'll be happy. Because you Biafra, I am not letting you to speak that to speak that your Biafra nonsense in this space, please. I'll just kick you out. I don't want any Biafra on this. This is not a Biafran space. If you want to talk
Okay,
about
okay.
your,
Yeah, sorry.
your
Let's move on. Let's move on. Hustle, let me check out by
no,
hand.
no,
This thing.
Songhai, I'm not addressing you. I am addressing one Ugochukwu that is requesting, and I know he's coming here to speak his Biafran nonsense on this place. So, bro, Songhai, I'll be happy if there will
Biafra be a
be, if
very
there will be a
sensitive
space.
topic, and I don't always like to talk about it. If you have noticed, they're very sensitive to, and they
Yeah.
avoid them. Like
So, if there's a topic on this issue, I'll be happy for you guys to open space. I want to contribute as much as I can on the topic,
okay,
on the
okay.
subject. You
Maybe
know,
Hustling can
so
open
thank
this
you.
space now. I know some
Because
people
you
space.
Biafra, if you want to talk about Nigerian politics, because you Biafra, if you want to talk about Nigerian politics, because you are a Nigerian, I will allow you on this stage because you are a Nigerian, but no Biafra here. This is not a Biafran space.
Be-
If you talk about Biafra, I will just kick you out. This is Nigerian space, and you as a Nigerian, it's free to contribute. But if you introduce your Biafran nonsense to this space, I will just kick you out. I beg.
But check. Let me round up why I told Hustling.
Please
What I
do.
wanted, I was saying is that okay, I will take 2021. I don't like. I told this to Chukwudema before. 2021, a joint task force of Emagondi Vigilante and ESN repelled and rescued people. Few weeks later, the military tore down. This was a collaboration of Igbo the North, Igbo the South, and Oscar local government did this operation. Those local government chairman were queried. We were queried, but it was concern or whatever. We were queried. By the end of the day, we rescued the people we want to rescue and repel these guys. However, these guys came back with serious force, and we've been accruing lots of costs. So since then, both financial and people's life, human cost and financial cost, because sometimes they kidnap and they ask you for money. If you don't bring it, the person is gone. All those sort of things. So that's why I think I was thinking that sometimes diplomacy and strategic moves is also very important. I can tell you that world powers use this. I will use Syria as an example. The current Syrian leader had a 10 million bounty on his head. The guy is so brutal. Right now, the West are working with him that they want to stabilize Syria, but they're not working to stabilize Syria. They just want to use Syria as a bargaining chip to protect Israel. Whatever it is, this is a strong political maneuvering they are doing, but they are doing it at the expense of people's lives. And this draws me to say, because I'm only saying this because I mean you have to what as Ndi was also. So ESN has a problem. ESN has been completely unchecked. That's why they are running rampage, doing nonsense. I was thinking that leadership of Ndibo, yeah, because the issue said they have those guns. That unfortunately, this AK-47 have
Shanghai,
been
can
given
I
to
ask
them.
you a question,
Just
please, before you finish?
let me just round
Let
up.
me ask you guys a question first.
Chalona
Can you?
Ugochukwu just make I just finish. I was thinking that na Igbo leadership, not to protect them, not to this, but they could be a very useful tool. Clandestinely, you don't have to make it public. Covertly, they can be a useful tool to repel these people. Otu Anuaka, I mean, almost every strategic leader would think. That is why that instead of coming out to attack them, which is correct too, we must attack them and criticize them if they kill our people. But I think that the way these guys have gone unchecked and have gone haywire, I don't know how they speak this English, haywire, is that our leadership are Sendrodi. They don't care. And that's why I've been always saying that now we have to organize ourselves and actually find a leadership. These ESM people can right now they're like on, as I say, if you strike the shepherd, the sheep scatter. This is exactly what has happened. They struck them, they cannot strong time on everybody. They are scattered, they are going on rampage, right? We need under leadership to, first of all, use them and then find ways to quietly, in a civic manner, to take those guns away from them. It will be hard, but not impossible, or the very possible. It all boils down to dialogue. First of all, form a strong leadership that is recognized. Ndi Igbo niile nwe trust in them. Back that leadership and you dialogue with these people. But it's hard. It even sounds like a movie, but not the possible. Aga emenwe and actual. So that's the only thing I try to say. When it comes to ESN, they have helped us rescue kidnapped people. I know all these things because my father Baneze. He spends most of his as he's retired, he's living in the village. So my father known and good him as the hot news. Right? This is why I'm only talking about this. I know a lot of shit happening in my community, and it is very, very because I know I'm at the border. Chikogi abia fe anya, abia nkwo anyị, abia azụ afia. This is how close I is. It's a 15 minutes drive with machine. Ikpolo okwu 45 minutes ibanye Kogi. Ibanye Opuje. You don't enter Opuje. It's quite close. And before those people, thick bushes, they have occupied those bushes and our farms too. Me personally, my palm plantation is gone. Nobody feel go work for my palm plantation anymore. So it is a serious problem. It is a serious problem. That's why I'm trying to hustle him because even my brother, I'm not fighting with you. If an intelligent person, I shouldn't fight an intelligent person. Yeah, I should only work with you. Forgive my approach this morning. It felt like an attack. Even me, and don't reason say it felt like an attack. No reason. I just wanted to see if you are truly like you have a genuine intention in the fight. Because if I have a genuine intention in the fight to better our society, it may to go outside, it may back home. That's just all I've been saying. No take I'm sad I attack you. I don't really like doing this with people, and I just wanted to discuss it. Just forgive me, forgive my approach, but you get the message. The message is that I need to go to Yan Dignishi. The money is also very good though, but first of all, that thing within your head, we need that so that we can protect our community.
Shanghai,
Thank you.
sorry, Shanghai, Chooks, can I ask a question?
Thank you, Songhai. Thank you for your contributions. The next on the Ugochukwu, you have 3 minutes to contribute. The topic, Ugochukwu, Nigeria. The topic here is APC influence in the opposition parties. That is the topic. If you say anything that is not on the topic, or if you want to change the topic of this conversation, I will have to drop you to the listener section. Do you agree? Do you agree to speak on the topic?
Ugochukwu, Nigeria. Then we can agree for another thing, but Ugochukwu, Nigeria, what here? Let us, okay? When we go that to Ugochukwu, Nigeria.
Ugochukwu, Nigeria, the topic is on APC
Relax.
influence on the opposition.
Wait. I see that
So,
Shanghai and Hustle, they are looking for solution. That's why I'm here. Not about your accusation towards me.
Checks.
Checks,
Allow him. Let us. We
yeah.
will just digress a
Hustling,
little bit. Checks.
hustling,
Allow him, please. Please.
hustling, and
My issue now is that this is not the topic of this conversation. You understand? I allow so Shanghai was allowed because you see that he has always been on the space. This is because we can get because of Shanghai's outburst, and he wants to make on that. I don't like that anyway. But if you guys want him to go ahead, I will not stand against it. After all, I am as democratic as anything. I just don't want this thing to turn to Biafra, ESN, Simon Eta, and all this group of charlatans. That is my concern. Thank you.
Okay,
Because if
okay,
you guys insist, you can go ahead.
okay. Let me say this. Number one, I see. Thank God, say you agreed to remove Gochuku Nigeria because that is a taboo.
Can I ask you a question? Sorry for meeting you. Are you a Nigerian or not? Answer us. Are you a Nigerian? Because this is not a Nigerian.
To be honest and to be truthful here before man and God and before spirit, before Jana, I am not a Nigerian that will never be Nigerian.
This space is for
Never,
Nigerians.
ever.
Please leave.
This is a Nigerian space. What are you doing in Nigerian space? If you are not a Nigerian, what are you doing in Nigerian space? Gochuku, you are not a Nigerian. What are you doing in Nigerian space? Can you answer us? Why can't you go to your your country? What's the name of your country? Simon.
Okay.
What are you doing in
Let me
Nigerian space if you are
let me
not
answer the
Nigerian?
question. Very good question, my brother. Because my misguided brothers that is believed to be Nigeria is here, so I need to let them understand that they are living in mirage.
Go to
And
another space and do that.
wait
Please, this
now.
space is not about
Ugochukwu,
Biafra. No, no,
Ugochukwu,
no, no.
Oguya
We will
your
not
big
do that.
okay that
We will
here.
not do
I
that.
beg,
I
no do
beg.
am now. I just under this space. I
Remove this
beg.
guy. This space is not about Biafra. We are talking about APC. This thing. We are talking about Biafra.
Go back to the topic. Who is
Chukwudema came up and removed him.
Wow, are you like Abacha or what?
Chukwudema, what happened? Do you have corn there? Do you have corn in your back pocket?
Anam, please go ahead. Anam, go on. You have the mic.
Chukwudema, where? Okay.
Anam, are you there? Anam, are you there? Okay, Austin, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, checks. Thank you. Sometimes when we do have this political discussion, sometimes you do take a little detour and come back again and again. It makes the discussion lively. But it's very unfortunate. Ugochukwu said that he's not a Nigerian. We would have allowed him that time to at least engage in the topic, because we know that most of the things happening there, we cannot quantify them as political, because politics affects everything that is happening in Nigeria. So I still believe it's a valid topic anyway. You understand? So I don't want to waste the time here. I just want to use 1 minute, then I will allow other speakers. I just want to touch on this uh, violence per se in any kind of ideological movement, be it obedient movement, be it APC guys, be it any form of movement at all. Right? I've had people from the other part of the aisle, which is some obedient, that are saying let us infuse strategic violence. Yeah, violence, to me personally, violence is sometimes is a necessary evil. I have to be very honest. I know it is, but violence is most of the time it yields fruit when it is a collective violence. I don't know if you guys understand. Like, if you take the equation of if you are factoring Nigeria into this equation now, and you talk about let us infuse strategic violence, it will be a useful tool. After all, the Arab Spring we know about, it started with somebody burning up himself. Then at the end of the day, sorry, not Arab. Is it the incident that happened in Egypt or Tunisia? Or there, maybe I've forgotten. So, violence sometimes is a useful tool, especially in the hands of government, and also in general the people. You can actually use violence to achieve a goal or a particular objective set out. You can actually, but if you look at how the history, if you look at you know how violence have been fused in things like political matters and maybe that involves a country and the rest of the if it is a collective violence, a collective voice, the whole Nigeria came out now and say we say no, and the whole Nigeria, you guys are moving towards a particular goal in a violent manner, it will be successful. To be successful, but when you have people from other part of the country, from certain country that feels no, I think our people is there, we don't need this violence, and you have another person from another part of the country that say no, it is our turn to rule, we don't need this violence, you find out that you don't have a collective voice. And when you infuse violence, it ends up affecting a particular region of the country. Yeah, which is why I have severally talked on, discussed that this violence is not needed in any way, shape, or form. It is not needed, both in the obedient movement and the rest of them. And I've kept on hammering, flogging that horse of electoral reform. Electoral reform. I keep on saying it because if we can have that trust in our electoral system, if we can build that trust that an average Nigerian out there is going to polling units to count their vote, and he or she knows that my vote will count, that would be a major achievement. You find out that people that say we need coalition, you don't need coalition of political elite. Listen to me, you don't need what you need is coalition of the people. You don't need elitist coalition. When you coalite with all this elite, you will end up worse than what you have right now. Because you look at people that are coming together for coalition and the rest of them, you find out that they are still criminals coming together to latch on the movement of obedience, so that they can get to where they just see it as a donkey. Let us climb on this donkey till he gets us across the desert and we'll continue our journey. So that's why I've also advised against the coalition. What it is needed is collective voice. Nigeria needs collective voice. The people, the grassroots. You don't need elite class to coalite or come together to form your opinion. You are the people bearing the brunt of the country called Nigeria. We all are. If we come have one voice, you see, you won't have any need for violence. You won't have any need tomorrow. They are shooting up some people somewhere, and at the end of the day, nobody ends up being held responsible for something. You understand? So, one voice is needed. You need to bring together, galvanize electorates across the nation, bring at least the large population of Nigerians, maybe 70 to 80%. If we're able to have one voice that we want a 360, we want Nigeria to turn around, it is highly possible that you are going to achieve that particular goal set out. But when you are coaliting with elite, you are going nowhere. You are going nowhere. For people that are thinking we are coming together with Atiku, a rigging machine, so that it will, they know, obedience know that they are not coaliting with these people to give them votes. They know that they have the numbers. Obedience know they are just banking on the rigging machine, which at the end of the day illegitimizes the main purpose of P2P. Understand me? Which at the end of the day like delegitimize his own purpose. That particular ideology he has put out there, it will invalidate that point that he has been making in the past since, right? So this coalition is not needed. Now, checks, I want to touch a little bit on security as well. Any day a country decide, or any region decide that they want non-state actors to take charge of their security, of securing lives and property, that is the day you have signed up for your region to be to descend into total state of anarchy, because you are looking at a whole lot of things. You cannot give guns to people you cannot hold accountable. That's why you have maybe you have state actors and non-state, and that is why, apart from just what is happening in the southeast, across Nigeria, I do not advise any form of armed struggle that will involve non-state actors. Accountability is very important when it comes to guns and ammunitions, and that's why you see today the military, they are still battling with Boko Haram and these Fulani headers as well that are terrorizing the nation, right? So when you give arm to these people, when you give arm to people you cannot hold accountable, you don't know their name, people that are all the time you have seen them, they are totally maxed up. You don't know where they are coming from. You don't know anything. Initially, let me give a little bit of credit. Initially, when it all started, the ESN as we know it, you understand me? Even though we know it is a kind of an arm wing for the agitators, they did a little bit of good, little micro, not the major thing. At the end of the day, they end up deviating. And today, you cannot hold anybody accountable. There was a guy killed in Iseke, in Ebonyi, somewhere. Nobody is going to be held accountable. The people that died, we've lost more people as a result of criminalities of the agitators than we've lost them to Fulani headers. The evidence are there. The evidence are there. Our region have descended into what currently we don't even know. We've lost almost look at, we are now competing with states like Ogun State. Can you imagine? A once thriving region economically, we are now redundant in a way. Our businesses have been moved out of the south. This is all because of
Sorry, don't be annoyed though. Is this space about IPOB, insecurity and the rest, or is it about APC's
it's a
influence in the
this is a
opposition?
political space.
I would like to know
guys,
because what you're talking
guys,
about is not
I'm
about
all
is not the top.
Guys, and please allow him to finish his contribution.
Chukwudema,
First, please,
that con you are quietly hiding and chewing that, please. That con you are quietly hiding and chewing. So, guys, don't be offended. It's all political matter anyway.
No, I'm not offended. I was just curious, because it was as if we are discussing security matters and not, opposition
guys, and
politics.
please, please, allow him to finish. Nah, round up, I beg you. Can do one of the gang. First, then, are you there? Guys, then you see what you did. Anan, please go ahead.
Goals, no vex, but at least the person don't waste an up for almost 30 minutes, if not more. You suppose at least say you go look that side first now. Abba.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Um, I was listening to what Songai and Hussein have been arguing up and down with, and they are both right, but they are not saying it in the collective sense. One side is talking about the internals, the other side is talking about the externals. Both are not seeing the other side that needs to be recognized as well. So there's a lot of things that they are saying that is right, but when you want to understand why we are in the mess we are in, is because the first mistake is to think that Nigeria is actually like, say, the UK or the US, that we could be like that. No, we cannot. It's not designed for that. It's not even a country to begin with. Then, and the issue of checks, you said something here that you don't want any Biafra thing. I'm not even from the southeast, but I understand the meaning of Biafra. I understand the difference between Biafra. You saw me with my mic.
It's not from me, or maybe it's from a Twitter. So.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
Sorry, is it okay by you
it's
now?
okay now. It's okay now. So there need to be a clarification. You see, Biafra is not a bad thing. Even people that are not actually standing beside Biafra know it's not a bad thing. But the problem is the vehicles being used to drive this Biafra. Because there was a time in Abuja when I saw this, there's this guy they call Ordinary President. He's a radio host. I think some people may know the guy I'm talking about. Even Peter Obi has gone to his program. There are people that they are using to feel this negative image about Biafra. And unfortunately, because on what's on the ground is the likes of IPOP, they don't help matters. So even if you try to defend this thing, when you see people like when you see vehicles like
But again, hustling now, why they run this kind of package now? You don't introduce this thing, come wrong, come out. This guy, my brother, I beg, I beg you. Biafra is not a bad thing. Yeah, I agree with you, but that's not what I want to talk about. I beg you, I beg you. Let's focus on what we want to talk about. They had issue they were discussing, and they had to iron it. I beg you, this Biafra stuff. The day we want to discuss Biafra, we'll discuss it, right? But today, let's focus on what we're talking about because it's not. I mean, I don't see how it's. There's a reason for it anyway. There's a reason for it. Thank you. Just, I'm pleading with you. We're not discussing Biafra today. Just let's focus on what the topic, right? APC is influence in opposition parties, right? Um, if you have anything to talk about it, you can. You look at the opposition party, what is happening to them. Is it self sabotage? Is it that the current ruling party is influencing them, or something? Or is it that, or is it incompetence? What do you think it is? Because from what we think, or from what we know, or from what you have seen, um, including what is said by the known politicians, they said that the current president has been influencing the opposition party, either by putting his men there or other stuff like that, or paying them or something like that. We don't actually know what exactly is influence, but whatever it is, we are seeing the results. For example, in Anambra State, APC member is actually the Labour Party candidate for the governorship election. I mean, the guy was he came close to becoming APC governorship candidate in the last 2021. He was uh, he was outsmarted by Senator Andiba, so he went to Labour Party and got ticket. So these are what I want us to look at, not this whole Biafra issue. It has nothing. I mean, there's nothing that links Biafra to the conversation we're having. I don't think it should even come off, even by mistake. So thank you, my brother. Don't be offended. I mean, Shanghai and Austin needed to iron one or two things out, and I think they are done. So let us focus on what we're talking about. I beg all of you. Yeah, Sheks, back to you. I'm actually not so free now, but I'm listening anyway. Thank you.
okay, no problem. So on the issue of the APC movement, you have to also go
Anam,
back.
Anam, because you're gonna enjoy Chukwuduma. So Chukwuduma, so because the governorship candidate of Labour Party in Anambra State is from APC, it becomes the influence of APC. What happened to our dear
No,
brother?
not
Wait, I'm
not
finishing.
necessarily.
Let me finish
Not
my question.
necessarily.
Let me finish.
Calm down, but that.
Let me
But but
finish.
but,
I've
but
not even said anything. You know they allow people talk for your space. I never talk anything. You don't they say calm down, calm down. Do you know what I want to say?
I've already heard what you said. Now you will
I've
continue.
not made my point. So you have to get the point I'm trying to make before you respond. So my point is you are trying to equate that as to say, oh, they have influence. So and I want to ask, do you know that Alex Oti came from APC just some few months to clinch a Labour Party ticket? Is that equally
I,
APC influenced?
no, no, that's not what happened. Alex Oti has been a member of APOG. At least I know Alex Oti a little bit. His first political destiny was he tried in Apuga, right? Um, I stayed with Apuga at least for a lot number of years, right? Then he moved to APC and tried to secure governorship ticket there. He didn't get it, right? He tried with another political party, right? That shows that number one, he wasn't treated well in APC, so you not call him APC asset, right? This guy George Mogalo, right, has been a Buhari since 2003. Go and check. He was a governorship candidate in when MPP was running. He served under Buhari. I think, in fact, he's a Buhari loyalist to the core. Probably is now with Tinubu today. I don't know. I do not know. And he was the one. He was the reason why Buhari refused
So
to.
I want to ask you again, which party did the
So
OT come from to join
OT
your?
has OT went to APC and left. So he wasn't. You cannot call him APC access. Just like Ozigbo went to APC and he felt cheated. If he leaves tomorrow, we cannot call him APC asset. They're not the same thing.
So how do you justify that this other person was not cheated in APC?
Who is that?
The one of Anambra
It's not
State.
that he was not cheated. I
Yes.
mean, he has served in their government. He has been part of APC government. Oti was never a part of APC government at any point in time.
So that is the yardstick of measurement that he was planted.
I believe I don't know whether it was actually
No, because
planted. That's I can.
I'm trying to draw out.
I think Chukudema is asking questions. I think Chukudema was asking
Again,
questions,
I didn't infer that he
dropping
was.
some points,
I
hints
didn't
for people
infer.
to discuss and analyze.
I just
He
put it
was not
on.
making a
But
categorical
again,
statement.
to be honest with you, I don't put it in there. To be honest with you, but again, the person who said that what's it called is that APC, the ruling party, has been actively destroying the opposition party is actually Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, right? And again, and I'm seeing, and I saw, and with something that with what I saw in real time in Anambra State, I feel that they could be effective or they could have hand in it, right? Because first of all, the people who were supposed to buy form were denied forms, and again, only this guy bought the form and all those things. So the way he got the tickets. If anybody tries to insinuate that what happened, I will not actually say the person is wrong because he has been with them for a very long time. He has been their assets, and he has served in their government. So it's not a case of just. It's not just a case of. I mean, you cannot even equate it with Alex Oti. To be honest with you, you cannot really do that. So yeah, I don't. Here is a little bit noisy. So Malamogi, I don't know whether I answered your question anyway, but
You, you,
I don't.
you see, Chokodema, you made the choice. You are just selective. You want to uh, point who you want to point at, right? Many people work in different capacity for a political party, and at the same time, if you have been a political party member for some weird reason, you move to another political party member. You are only chasing your interests, right? Nasiru El-Rufai have worked with APC and he has moved on. So many other people have been in APC and they moved on from APC and they have moved on with their life and they are true to what they are doing. So what I'm trying to bring out of the whole conversation is that you can't just start passing judgment on this guy as a mole simply because he came from APC. Because if that is the standard, I can point you to uh, your favorite in the person of Alex Oti, who is equally went to APC primary and suddenly before the primary, some days to the primary, or even at the whether
on the eve of the primary, withdrew from their governorship primary, and then joined, what is it they call it, Labour Party. What do we make of it? You understand me? So because I don't know APC, their influence. Politicians will always be politicians. To hit up the polity, they will tell you that this person is doing this person is doing that.